We have some stories to run by you. We'll start with this one. In March of 2019, Luke Perry, the actor, passed away. He was only 52 years old.
So friggin' sad.
Had a massive stroke at his home in Los Angeles, and his longtime friend, Beverly Hills 90210 co-star Brian Austin Green, had a hard time accepting that his death was real. He was in an interview recently, and they were talking about, Luke passing away, and he said that there was a part of me that couldn't really process that was real, and he said, I texted him the day after he died just because there was a part of me that was like, no, he's going to answer back. He's hiding somewhere or something's happened. I'll bet you people do that. I'll bet you people will text numbers of someone who passed away just to...
On the off chance.
Yeah, or just to send out a message into the world, or I don't know.
I know that Dak Prescott, I think, because his mother passed away, and he would text his mom before every game. I can't remember which comedian had a bit about that.
That's right. That was Jake Matera.
Is it Jake?
Yeah, and because Jake would say that Dak would text... That number ended up with somebody else eventually.
Yeah.
So Dak Prescott, the quarterback for the Cowboys, would text somebody in the middle of Kansas who had his
number?
His deceased
the
mother's
number doesn't
phone number.
go with you,
Right? Yeah.
And that's kind of the punchline is that the number doesn't go to heaven with you.
Right. So he went on to say, to me, in my mind, Luke was the strongest of everyone. He was the constant guy. He was exactly who he was at all times. They worked together for 10 years between 1990 and 2000. Of course, they remained good friends afterwards.
Let me ask you this, because I have never removed a phone number of somebody who has passed away in my...
Same.
I have a few of those.
Yeah, and I just won't. I don't know why.
Because it seems... It seems so final, even though things already are final. You know what I mean? It seems it almost is. It feels like a process of washing them from your memory, which you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't think that's something that people immediately jump on. Like that's why Facebook pages and X accounts or Instagram they all stay active because they think people say just let it serve as a memorial.
Yeah. And when you do delete a contact from your phone number, there's a feeling of finality to that.
Yep.
So I can see.
And you can't crank call from that number.
That's true. Yeah. Bryan Cranston would like to see a reboot of The Office, but as a movie instead of a show. The Breaking Bad actor appeared on Wednesday's episode of Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey's Office Ladies podcast and floated the idea to them. He said, so let's say there's not a reboot series, but let's say that there's a movie, something where we can see where these people are, these people in the entire cast that we're curious about. Kinsey compared this idea to Downton Abbey, their movie, and added, I would do it. I would do it for my kids because I think that they would think that it's fun. It's interesting that Bryan Cranston
talking about this
would bring this up, not just that he's into The Office, but the fact that he's an actor. And, you'd think actors would be in on, the story ended. Let's just let it go. And it will live on. No, he wants more of this.
Yeah. I would love a Breaking Bad, The Office crossover.
Oh, my God.
That'd be cool.
Could you imagine Walter White that comes into that?
Right.
Into that.
As a paper salesman.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I think people forget.
I'm going to buy this paper.
They forget how funny Bryan Cranston is. I mean, he was hilarious on the middle, and he did Breaking Bad for so long that sometimes people forget that he's, that he is also a very great comedic actor.
Well, in Malcolm in the Middle, he displayed his roller skating ability.
That's right.
And it was amazing.
Hey, did he? I never saw the movie Why Him. Did you guys see it?
I did.
Was he?
It
was
is a
it
guilty
good?
pleasure. It's a guilty pleasure. It is not a great movie.
Okay.
But there are funny scenes that really made me laugh out loud. At the end, Kiss makes an appearance.
Really?
Because James Franco is this super wealthy,
tech guy or something.
And so he hires them to play during his proposal. But it's very funny.
But yeah, he pulls off the comedy for sure. So Fisher said she would do it. Yes. She said as long as Greg Daniels is in charge of it and he's the only one that she would trust to get the project right. Cranston said, enough said, let's get Greg on the phone. I just want to be an extra in it. I'd be like a crossing guard or something like that, he says, but he would like to see that.
Jenna Fisher's in the Mean Girls movie.
Is she?
Yeah, because Tina Fey said her kids are massive fans of The Office.
Oh, that's great. So Selma Blair says that she is feeling lucky as her multiple sclerosis remains in remission, though the actress says that she continues to experience constant pain and stiffness. She gave fans and followers a health update in a new Instagram video that was posted this week telling fans that she's doing well and she addressed the camera from bed while undergoing intravenous immunoglobulin therapy, I believe. It's called IGIV. She said, I hurt all the time. I say that only for you people that hurt also. I get it. IGIV or IVIG is a, quote, pooled antibody and biological agent used to manage various immunodeficiency states and plethora of other conditions, including autoimmune, infectious, and inflammatory states. The ultimate goal of the therapy is to normalize a compromised immune system.
So I've been following her all throughout this, right from the beginning when she, discovered she had it, and the very debilitating nature right after that. The transformation through these past couple of years has been amazing, because you would look at her now and you would never know that she was suffering this way.
Yeah. She was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2018, and in 2021, she revealed that she was in remission with it. In her recent update video, she shared that she remains in remission, although she continues to suffer from dystonia, which is a condition that causes involuntary muscle movements. And she has noticed that she moves and walks better when she is by herself versus when she is in public. She said, when I go out, it's still very pronounced. When I go into different rooms, hallways, or meeting new people, or even focusing on talking about it. But she said that she still experiences fatigue and is stiff all the time and seems to be doing fine, and she is due for another MRI and more blood work. MS is one of those things that's just like, there's like a host of things that are going on.
And I can't say I completely understand what happens when you have it. It seems, as you said, there's a lot that can go on.
I didn't know you could go into remission with that.
Yeah. I didn't either. Yeah. Had no idea. I thought once you had it for life.
It's not like always active.
Okay.
Well, Montel Williams has it as well.
Yeah.
And he had a long period where he was basically in remission. He probably is still in remission. I haven't heard anything else.
I know he was managing it well, but I haven't heard anything about or from him.
So does that mean essentially that you have it, but it's not going to kill you?
I believe that's the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it can, though, Nick.
It can come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet you Sky Rizzy could take care of it.
Sky Rizzy?
Nick, is there anything that stuff can't do?
What about...
I mean, nothing is everything.
What about the stuff that makes you dance?
Oh, the Jardiance?
Jardiance? Yeah.
That's for diabetes.
What about a cocktail?
Yeah, but it might work for that, too.
A cocktail of all of those drugs, and then some of that stuff that seals the screen door so you can turn it into a boat.
Wee doggy.
They should be doctors.
Larry David. And we might have audio of this. Larry David.
Larry.
Not that audio.
Okay.
Larry David mustered up an apology to Elmo on the Today Show on Thursday after he attacked the Sesame Street star during a live taping. They were a part of separate segments, but David interrupted Elmo's segment in order to ambush him.
We have both clips.
Yep.
We have the attack and the apology.
This is him attacking.
All right, let's go over to Al for a check of the weather. And
Wait.
Oh my gosh, you love Elmo, don't you?
Elmo, are you okay?
Just a lie. Elmo liked you before.
Ask permission before you touch people, Larry.
Let's get back on the couch and let's talk about how you're feeling.
All right.
Larry,
then.
you've gone too far this time.
Yes, Larry.
Somebody had to do it.
Is anybody really surprised?
So he started strangling him,
Okay.
Oh, no.
and then he apologizes later.
Do you have something you want to say to Elmo?
And I would look at the camera and please.
And from your
give
heart,
a shot.
From where?
Go ahead.
say you're sorry.
Elmo,
Larry?
I just want to apologize.
Thank you, Larry.
Very big of you.
Elmo accepts your apology, Larry.
Oh, he said he accepts your
accepts it.
apology. Okay, cool.
Thank you, Elmo.
All right, thank you.
You are such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Elmo.
Yes.
Larry, you are not.
Oh, my God.
I love the line, someone had to do it.
Someone had to do it. Elmo made the news recently. He tweeted out a. Did you see this? It was just Elmo wants to know how everybody's doing.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know why, but apparently that took off.
Yeah.
And caught as everybody was saying how horrible they were doing. In response to it. So.
Well, let's...
And then, sorry I asked.
I just don't. I don't know why. I was telling Casey about it the other day. I'm like, why do some things
Yeah.
happen?
Take off.
And,
Yeah.
And why? So, what if I asked, how's everybody doing?
Why don't
Well,
you,
let's do it.
Let's a picture of you and just Preston loves you with your arms
Preston
extended.
loves you. Marissa?
Oh, I thought it was hilarious because it wasn't just like, Elmo, I'm horrible, but like people were being real about it. And then Elmo responded back at the end and was like, well, now I see that. And this is a good reminder to ask your friends and check on them every once in a while.
There
Yeah, I
you
know,
go.
but
So
I
it's
just
like
don't know why it went. it made the national news.
Yeah, it's just-
Why? Okay.
Because it's Elmo.
Huh?
Because it's Elmo.
No, it's
No,
not
it
because
could-
it's Elmo. It's
It's just you don't know.
You just don't know.
You don't know what's going to take off and what's not. So
Yeah.
Jace wants to be a YouTube star. I've told you guys this before, right? And so he creates this YouTube channel. I'm like, listen, buddy, that's not how it works. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just tell me the kid does not post a video. His second video that he ever posted gets 10,000 views.
What?
What?
What
I
was
was
he
like,
doing?
he goes, yeah, Mom. He goes, see? I go, that's not really.
That was
that's not
like,
usually how it goes.
What was he
It
doing?
was Preston. It was nothing. It was this new keyboard that he got for his gaming computer, and he put some like audio to it because one of the little pieces broke off, and he was like horrified by it. And like all these gamers were like, "We feel you, bro." You know,
Wow.
it was
When-
ridiculous.
When TikTok was still Musical.ly, was that what it was called?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Caroline posted a video, and it got over
Remember.
100,000 views, and it was. And I love that kid, but it was nothing special. And I'm like, why did
Why?
this? I have no idea.
It's a
And-
confluence of events. If you have
Yeah.
to fall into the right algorithm, A, B, like in this case, perhaps a slow news day, perhaps not a lot going on social media. Elmo is an iconic character. Everyone sort of views Elmo as a therapist in a way.
yeah.
Did you guys all post a photo of yourself at 21 years
No.
old?
No.
No.
With what?
No.
It's something that's going around on Instagram. It was just like, post yourself at 21 years old. So everyone's digging through their archives and finding ones, or people are saying,
My archives don't go back that far.
digital.
If you want to see a photo of me at
digital.
21, I'm standing behind Lincoln at the Lincoln Douglas debates.
I know we'd have to go through physical photos.
Yeah,
to
actual
find it.
photos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah, me either.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hey, Preston, it's me like a Civil War shot. Like
Just looking at
I should do that. I should do one of those sepia toned.
Yeah.
I did one yesterday, but it was just me sitting at the dining room table.
My dearest, today I turned 21. Yeah. I always find out about those things way too late.
Oh, yeah.
They last a week, and then they're over.
Yeah. And before you know it, I'm back to eating my Tide
I know.
Pods.
By the time I get to posting it, it's like it's gone.
The
We're like,
fad is.
oh,
is
you
ended.
posted your 21st birthday.
aren't you
We're on to 40.
adorable?
How many posts does it take for you to finally realize that this is a trend?
It's a thing.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, wait, hang on a second.
you know what? You know when I
Yeah.
find out? When you guys tell me it's a thing. That's it. I can see stuff. Oh, yeah. I would say they posted that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's a thing now? I did not know that until you guys tell me about it.
And then by that time, it's not a thing anymore.
It's over.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a few other celebrity stories to pass along. How about this? Variety report said Idris Elba made his debut as a Calvin Klein model earlier this week.
Me too.
The actor strolled through the streets of London and showcased items such as the classic trench coat and new slim suit from the spring collection.
A slim suit.
He said, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I wanted to be in classic Calvin Klein looking ad and wanted to just be Idris, you know? And he said,
I want to be Idris.
just to be me and not try to be a model. I want to kiss you. Try to be a model or whatever. Just be myself in these shots.
Yeah. I can't get enough of Idris Elba.
Do
He's
you
always
remember when he
he's
had
always
that,
engaging.
that story arc on The Office and every one of the Office ladies
Which
fell in
is-
love with him? Like,
oh, Preston, it's hilarious. They were just dying for him, and he's as smooth as can be.
Yeah.
But he was also, mechanically funny. He wasn't the guy who was going to be the yuck guy, but he was able to pull off stuff that was very funny.
they would find any excuse to come into his office and just like, get berated or whatever.
Nice. Let's see. What else I have here for you? How about, I thought this was kind of interesting. This is from earlier this week. I didn't get a chance to get to it, but Chrissy Teigen was on the Drew Barrymore show earlier this week and admitted that her mind wanders all the time during sex. She's, of course, married to John Legend, and so she says she's thinking like things, is the door locked? Is my spray tan coming off? She shared examples that crossed her mind while they're having sex. She also commented on how wonderful her husband is, of course.
I wonder if the crock pot is still on.
She said of her hubby, he's as good and as pure as you can imagine a man to be. He
But lousy in bed.
He really is that good, but he sucks in bed.
Seriously.
But really lousy in bed. Otherwise, my mind would not wander.
She said, everyone's like, oh, he's so nice. And I'm like, yes, he's nice. He's
Great.
sweet. He's
Horrible
kind.
way, but he's great in bed.
But he's like brilliant, she said. His levels of empathy for other people. And he's just like, I don't know, a sponge of kindness and goodness, she
You're
said.
a good sponge.
So much so that she thinks of other things while they are having sex.
Do you know what Legend was really good in? Watch it again. La La Land.
He's great in it.
He's really good.
I think
Love that whole
he's wonderful in that.
deal.
We were in the same room with him. Steve and I went and we received the Service to America Award in Washington, D.C., and it was a wonderful accolade to receive. And he was receiving an award that same night and was one of the, he got up and gave this wonderful speech. But we were honorees along with him that
What
night.
he said was very nice. He said, I was going to blow this off, and then I heard Preston and Steve were recipients.
And he didn't have to say that.
He did not have to say. Annette Bening was in that audience as well that night.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. All right. So a few other things. Steve, you'll know who this guy is. A character actor, William O'Connell.
Oh, yes.
He portrayed the villain, Thelev, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, on the classic Star Trek TV show. He was 94 years old. He just passed away. His other television roles included small appearances on The Twilight Zone, Dennis the Menace, and The Lucy Show. But I remember him from, I pulled up some pictures of him. He was in the Every Which Way But Loose and Every Which Way You Can movies. He was one of the Black Widows, the motorcycle gang that follows him around. He was also in he was in High Plains Drifter with Clint Eastwood as well. And the Outlaw Josie Wales. So obviously
Dude was all over the place.
He and Clint got together, and he was he's just one of those guys who, if you see him, you might go, oh yeah, I remember him from this. They were usually smaller character roles.
For some reason I remember that the one where they I think it was the second one where they get something that makes them all bald and they're wearing toupees.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
It's a stupid visual.
It's great,
and yet
though.
I cracked up.
It's great. So sad news, but a long, full life, 94 years old.
Let me ask you a question about, because I watched Any Which Way You Can and Lose. What was the plot of those movies? I can't even remember.
In the one, he's going to do bare knuckle boxing. Remember, he was going to fight this other guy, and it was really just kind of these encounters with these.
Yeah. Both of them were about him being essentially a barroom fighter for money, and in the first movie, I think he was that was just them traveling around, and then he meets the girl, and she tries to hustle him and all this stuff. But I think the whole thing was him to take on the biggest, baddest guy of that genre of fighters. His name was Tank Murdoch, I remember. And at the end, he's fighting him, and he's going to win. And he realizes that he doesn't want this.
Right,
he doesn't want to be known as the guy that everybody comes after, and he bails on the fight, or he gives up on the fight.
The one with William Smith, his arm gets broken, and he's fighting this guy with one arm.
Yeah.
And it's, listen, you didn't go for the accuracy.
No.
You went for the...
They were
for
fun
the
movies.
orangutan.
They were. You did go for Clyde.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What was the point of the orangutan? Just to have one?
Just to have one there,
it was comic relief.
And Ruth Gordon was dating him at the time.
Was Ruth the mother?
Yeah, the mother. Yeah,
she was hilarious in those movies. By the way. All right. Let's see. We got time for a couple more things. How about this? People reports that yesterday or Wednesday, actually, the ABC released the official trailer for the highly anticipated third season of Abbott Elementary. Ava in the trailer says, I went to Harvard this summer, and I've learned what it truly takes to do the job of a principal. And later reveals that she's installed cameras around the school. Meanwhile, Janine is trying out cursing, and Gregory is referred to as Jeremy Allen Black in reference to the Bear actor Jeremy Allen White.
All right.
So the new season premieres on February 7th, so it's coming up.
I like the show a lot. I don't get to see it all the time, and but when I do, it's very funny. It's in that Office style, and that doesn't appeal to everybody, but the show is really well done.
All right, these last two stories you're going to love, Steve. Variety reports that Brad Pitt and Quentin Tarantino might be pairing up again for the Pulp Fiction director's 10th and what he says is his final film.
So I'm thrilled about this because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is my favorite Quentin Tarantino film, and Brad Pitt was fantastic, and he won the Oscar. But I'm sad, honestly. He better not follow through with the final film thing because we need Quentin Tarantino making movies.
Tarantino's new movie, The Movie Critic, is reportedly set in Southern California in the 1970s again and centers on a movie critic believed to be inspired by the late New Yorker writer Pauline Kael.
Yeah.
Pitt and Tarantino, of course, worked together on Inglourious Basterds in 2009 and then 10 years later in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And then this last thing, Steve, I know you'll love this. Mira Sorvino spoke to Us Weekly at the American Heart Association Go Red for Women event on Wednesday about where things stand with the Romy and Michelle's high school reunion sequel, because I know you love that movie.
I love it.
Robin Schiff, she said the writer is working on it. She says she's currently working on Emily in Paris, so she's finishing up her draft to present to the studio. She also added, Lisa and I are wrapping up our deals as executive producers on it with the studio, and we are full force ahead.
Have we all seen Romeo and Michelle?
yeah.
It's great. I love that dance sequence at the end to Time After Time.
I love Alan Cumming in that movie.
Oh, he's great.
He's terrific.
And they have him wearing sort of in the dream sequence. He's wearing this prosthetic sort of angular jaw and all this stuff. It's very funny.
All right, so we got movies opening this weekend. We're going to get to
Now.
all the information. We will begin with Argyle, an action and comedy. It stars Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Rockwell, and Henry Cavill. And Ellie Conway is a reclusive author of a series of best-selling espionage novels whose idea of bliss is a night at home with her computer and her cat, Alfie. But when the plots of Ellie's fictional books, which center on secret agent Argyle and his mission to unravel a global spy syndicate, begin to mirror the covert actions of a real-life spy organization, quiet evenings at home become a thing of the past. Accompanied by Aiden, a cat-allergic spy, Ellie races across the world to stay one step ahead of the killers as the line between Ellie's fictional world and her real one begins to blur. It's 2 hours and 19 minutes long. It's rated PG-13. It's a wide theater release and gets a pretty low score with Rotten Tomatoes at 35%.
Yeah, I like this director. He's Matthew Vaughn. He's really good, but the movie's getting bitch slapped.
Also opening is Orion in the Dark, animated kids comedy. Stars Jacob Tremblay, Paul Walter Hauser, and Werner Herzog. The thing Orion fears the most is the dark. When the embodiment of his worst fears pays a visit, dark whisks Orion away on a roller coaster ride around the world to prove there's nothing to be afraid of at night. Hour and 32 minutes long, rated PG, and it is streaming today. Rotten Tomatoes gives it 87%. Pretty solid. And then finally, Bosco opens. Yes, it's a mystery thriller. Stars Aubrey Joseph, Nikki Bianski, and DC Young Fly. Quante Bosco Adams plays an ingenious escapee from a federal maximum security prison for the chance to be at his first child's birth.
I think he plans.
He plans one? Okay. Yeah. It's an hour and 30 minutes long. It's rated TVMA. It streams today. Rotten Tomatoes has not given it a final score.
Were you a Bosco fan as a kid?
I was not.
Syrup?
We didn't have Bosco. We were a Quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Quick too.
But I have had Bosco and it's quite tasty.
Yes.
I still have the Quick Rabbit cup.
Oh, you still have that?
I love that cup.
Oh man, that's cool.
I know.
That's that is childhood embodied right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that is the last of the. Oh yeah, we got to do clips. I'm sorry about that. Yep. How about this? Ted the miniseries travels back to 1993 when the washed-up bear forms his friendship with John. And in this clip, Max Burkholder and Georgia Wiggum talk about acting with a faux bear.
It was really funny whenever there's a moment where you have to interact physically with the bear, like handing him a bong or something. There was a woman named Allie who would be like hiding under a bed.
She's like a contortionist. Like she would
and she would have like a Ted glove on her hand and she would like reach out and contort and you would hand it to her.
It's cool.
Ted is streaming now, by the way.
I watched it all. I watched all the episodes. Very funny, very wrong. I mean, it retains absolutely the aggressive comedy of the movies and then some.
Okay.
And there's a ton of bong smoking.
All right, and then we'll do the next clip. Bosco is the true story of Quante Bosco Adams, who was sentenced to 35 years for possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute and escaped to be at his first child's birth. In this clip, actor Aubrey Joseph describes his relationship with the real Bosco.
Ever since I, first got the role, I was calling him while he was still in prison, and we were talking on, 15 minutes at a time, and we just noticed how alike we were, and that really set the tone for our relationship. And when he got out, we became even closer. So by the time we even called action on the first shot, we had already became brothers. It became something of a responsibility, like I have to tell my brother's story.
Shut up, dummy.
So it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
So there you go. And that is all that I have.
Then he became a chocolate syrup entrepreneur.
Entertainment report this morning. All right, let us go ahead and take a break. Come back in a moment. Keep in mind, we are going to get to the Connoisseur at some point. We'll do some giveaways with the movie clips that we always do. In conjunction with that, we do some invites for the Galentine's Day party with us coming up, and we'll get to the details on the return of the Soup Bowl, which we announced yesterday. We'll come back in a second. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
On 93.3 WMMR.
I know what I was going to mention. We made the announcement. It was yesterday that it's the return of the Preston and Steve Soup Bowl.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna have restaurants pitted against each other in this competition a week from today. So if you are a restaurant owner or manager or know someone that is, let them know. And we want to know. Soup has got to be one of your specialties. It's not just something you have on your menu. It's something that you're proud of on your menu. Yeah. And we want to find out about it. You can enter, and it's just for bragging rights. And you'll come by the studio here next Friday. Bring your soup. We're going to have a panel of guest judges that are going to sample these. And in honor of the big game...
The big game.
We are going to be crowning the champion of soup here on the Preston Show. It's a return.
We've done it before.
Yeah, it's our third time
and you get
the Soup Bowl, but it's been a long time.
A tremendous amount of time. And you getting nice exposure on the show, and we are soup fanatics.
Yep.
And we're proud of it, God damn it.
Damn right we are. So go to PrestonandSteve.com if you'd like to sign up for that. Steve, you want to mention something?
Just a quick thing, Preston. Very generous of whoever did this. I don't know who did it, but the edible fruit arrangements.
Yeah.
Someone sent a very really lavish one to the station for me. To me. Says we are all here for you. Love the rest of the world. I assume this has to do with my dad passing.
Yeah.
And it was a wonderful gesture. Thank you, whoever sent it.
Aww.
And we are all enjoying it. It means a lot. Thank you for your generosity.
I've already eaten a fair amount of it this morning, so thank you.
Pineapple, man. Nick and I were having a talk about.
I told Steve, my son loves pineapple. I love pineapple, and Andrea is like either allergic to it or just has a reaction to it. So
same.
she can't have it, which sucks. I feel bad for you, and I feel bad for her. She loves it, but she just can't have it. So I went to the grocery store yesterday and picked up a whole bunch, and she saw it in the fridge. She's like, I can't have that. I was like, yeah, I can. My son can. We love it. Sorry.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for that. And also, I received a gift, too, and I would like to thank Ron Damiani Jr., and he sent me a whole bunch of paper clips.
Oh, my gosh.
Awesome.
Colored
and they're
paper
delicious.
Colored paper clips.
Colored, okay.
And he said, here's a few more clips for all of the other hats you wear. The Noticer, Connoisseur, Junk Drawer, Stream of Consciousness. He actually tried to write that out. And he says from listener Ron. So thank you. We do appreciate that, my man. All right. Speaking of those hats that we wear, it's time to clean out the junk drawer.
It's the junk drawer. Preston's cleaning out his junk drawer. Getting things out of his junk drawer. Finding stuff here in the junk drawer.
All right, let's dive into the drawer and see what we can find.
Rather quiet in the drawer.
I got it. All right. So, online jobs marketplace in Moodle. Is that how you pronounce this? UNMUDL.
Not familiar.
They wanted to find out which occupations are the most common across the United States. So they analyzed detailed employment data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics to identify the top 3 jobs in all 50 states.
So this is interesting. If someone were to say, what is the most common job in the country, my mind's reeling.
Yeah. What would you guys have any guess as to what the most common job would be, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics?
The most common job.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, this is like asking that question, are there more doors or wheels in the world?
Right.
I'm going to say something in like customer service.
Okay. Teacher, Nick says. All right.
Elvis impersonator?
That's not on the list, but man, I wish it was. All right, I'll dive right into this if you can't think of something. The most common job.
Wait, drum roll.
Is retail salesperson.
I was going to say that.
You should have
I
said it.
swear to God.
Damn it.
I swear to my Savior, Jesus Christ.
Don't be afraid of your feelings
I know.
next time, and just you're in a safe space.
I'm tripping on the pineapple.
It ranked the highest in 15 of the country's states. The job also appears in the top 3 occupations for 64% of the states overall. So if you're a retail salesperson, you have the most common job in the United States.
So, yeah, okay. And I wonder how office, like sales, like a salesperson, I wonder. But is that tangential to retail?
What?
You say you're working in retail sales?
Yeah.
If you're working like
sales
an
is different.
Yeah,
It's
I think
different
it's
because
different.
retail is
Yeah.
direct to customer
Right.
product. So the second most common workers in the U.S. are those employed in fast food and counter roles.
Yeah. And I love rolls.
Lots of jobs. Well, not those kind of ROLES.
Can I have some of these counter rolls? They look great.
I've had over the years, I've had both of those jobs, retail and fast food, and I preferred fast food over retail. I found retail to be just abysmal. I could not take that work. It drove me crazy.
I enjoyed it.
I
Did
could
you?
not, Nick. I could not work in retail. I had a few jobs over, like when I was younger in high school. I worked at the Wall at the Oxford Valley Mall, and then I worked at Express over the holiday season. I was like holiday help, and my best friend has been in retail since we were 16 years old, and that's still part of her industry, and she loves it, and I could never understand it. Like, I was there for very short periods of time in these stores, and I'm like, this is the most boring job I've ever had.
Kathy, a family member, just got a job at TJ Maxx. She's a mom, has a couple of kids, wanted to just bring a little extra money in for whatever. And she loves it.
Yeah,
she loves it. She's a people person. She interacts with the people really well. They're already offering her like managerial options, and so it's one of those things where I think you have to be the right person for that. You have to have the right mental attitude.
It's either for you or
Yeah.
it's not. And listen, I remember thinking, I love shopping, I love clothes, like I love picking stuff out. I can help people do it.
Right.
And I was like,
wait, I hate people.
I was like, God, I love the clothes, but I hate the people.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I worked at American Eagle, and it was one of those I worked there. It was one of those like I worked there Christmas during college.
Yeah,
and I loved it so much, and I excelled at it so much that they asked me to work there like all the time.
Yeah,
and I was like, well, I can't. And then in the summertime when I'm back, I'm a lifeguard, so I never was able to go back to it. But
you have the right sort of personality for that. You are a people person and you're outgoing. So I think if you have that, you're going to dig the retail thing a little bit more.
Looking at the states in our region, both New Jersey and Delaware, the most common job is retail salesperson. But in Pennsylvania, it is a personal care aide.
Oh, wow.
So these are people that state for like someone who can't take care of themselves.
Yeah, like hospice nurses and things of that nature.
Yeah, at-home care.
At-home care, yeah.
Bayada nurses.
And I guess not only at home, but personal care. I guess maybe that they would work in nursing homes and things like that.
Yeah, there's also, because my mom was also a volunteer. It was at Our Lady of Fatima, and it was basically like adult daycare for adults with special needs and stuff. So that's all I got.
So those are among the most common jobs in the country.
I was surprised that the teacher wasn't on there, Nick. I thought that was a really good guess.
I wonder how many people Walmart alone employs. I'll look it up, but when you talk about retail, Walmart has a lot of employees.
Dude, I was telling Casey, I saw a story the other day. Walmart's stock just split the other day into 3.
I saw that.
I'm not familiar with stock splitting triple like that
split
before.
stock. I had never seen a headline like that before.
And I was telling Casey, I'm like, they're still doing that much business? Oh my God.
Well, and it was through the roof. And that's why they split. Yeah, it has Walmart has 2.1 million employees.
Oh my God.
So I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, maybe you can check on this. I believe the largest employer in the world is the United States government.
Okay.
I believe.
Preston, there are now Walmart influencers.
Walmart influencers.
So, like, you know how everyone goes to Target, they find what they.
I put this ointment in the crack of my ass.
No,
feels good.
Whatever, like the Stanley Cups, like everybody's showing the stuff at Target. So, Walmart has their own influencers too, and people have.
I believe it.
These influencers. There's one that I follow who now has her own line of rugs and like home decor in Walmart.
Did I tell you? I didn't tell you guys. I am becoming.
You work at Walmart?
No. I'm becoming an influencer. And it's
doing leg presses.
Yeah, possibly. If anybody wants to send me a leg press machine pre-core, I'm open for. And by the way, that was more a video that I posted to highlight my lame playlist than anything else.
I like the music.
Okay. Yeah. But no, I'm starting with swim spas. I haven't found a buyer yet. But if you are a swim spa manufacturer or a retailer, I will influence that.
You haven't found a swim spa that you like. You're waiting for the companies to come forward and say, "This is the one.
This is the one.
Test this out. Tell us about it."
Think of the power that Casey will wield as an influencer.
He will
in
corner the market. He will be the king of swim spas.
So, Steve, 2 answers to your question. The largest employer in the world is the U.S. Department of Defense with 2.86 million people, and that's the largest government employer in the world. The largest private employer in the world is Walmart.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then where do the Elvis impersonator schools? Where
Dead last. Yeah. They really need more.
They really need more of a push. Maybe they can get with Casey.
Third is the People's Liberation Army.
The PLO?
Yeah. The PLA.
Yeah.
People's Liberation Army.
What's the PLO?
Palestine Liberation
That's what that is.
Organization.
Yeah. And number 4 is McDonald's.
Wow. Okay.
You tend not to, as you're probably by the fry machine at the McDonald's today, think you're part of a collective that's that large.
They use it as an ad campaign for McDonald's. Is like the number of people, and myself included. It's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon or 6 degrees of separation. You are connected to somebody who's worked at McDonald's one way or another. That's how many employees it's had over the years.
You put it there. Together, we could beat up a country. Right? You have that many people.
All right. Let's see something else in the junk drawer. Okay. How about this one? Valentine's Day's on the way, and
it's Valentine's.
And it's Valentine's. Thank you, Jackie Bam Bam. 40% of women say that their period would prevent them from being intimate that day.
Why? Who doesn't like a little crime scene action?
Only 40%. The other 60 are on board.
I
thought you were saying like 40% would have it.
No, only 40% of women that it would say that it would prevent them from being
Gentlemen,
intimate on that day.
Let me ask you, does that prevent you?
No.
Okay.
I have my Red Wings.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Wait, what? Okay, but so are you okay with it? Like
Yes.
all the time, or does it like
No, I would prefer not.
Okay.
And that was in my younger days where I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of it's a bit messy.
There was. I mean, honestly, it looked like the OJ murder scene, and I didn't realize it many years ago. It was low lit, and it's okay, we can do it. And then the lights came on, and it's like, dear God,
what just happened?
Yeah. Call the CSI team. We're looking for splatter patterns here.
Bring out the luminol.
Yeah.
Just over half of women are willing to get between the sheets during the cycle, but 40% are embarrassed about suggesting it.
I think, you guys just take the cue from the woman you're with, and whatever they're comfortable with. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Let them lead the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
You clean it up. It's Valentine's Day.
I think nothing is more romantic than a guy going, wait here, I'm getting a bucket.
Yeah. So it was a survey done by Kotex. They surveyed 2,000 women.
Great Apache.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Kotex is like, it's fine.
Yeah, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Find more product.
So women between 18 and 45 also found that 25% of women who started their flow while being in bed with their partner have been shamed for it.
Oh, come on.
Ridiculous.
No, you quietly snicker when they step out of the room.
To normalize intimacy during that time of the month, Kotex has released a set of complete chocolates and thin pads
Well, you can't put chocolates in there.
Purchase this Valentine's Day kit at phazy.com or .co if you're interested.
I am like textbook. Like that time, I
use a
want
textbook?
chocolate. No, I want chocolate. That's,
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Is that your
That's-
craving?
That's like, yep.
See,
So when you see me stuffing my face with chocolate, you know what's happening.
My wife is a chocoholic, so that would never have been the case. But yeah, so do you also do? Will you do? I used to be able to speak. Would you do this salty as well? Would you go for something like sweet and savory? Would you do both?
I mean, sure, if it had chocolate on it. It's literally chocolate.
Just chocolate.
That's
Chocolate
what
is
I
the
want.
go-to. Okay.
I've never been pinpointed Rochelle's cravings or crutches or whatever she uses during that time. I can never really even tell unless it's obvious and I know for sure. But until hindsight, I'm
good.
like, man, she was really bitchy the last week or so. And then I'm like, oh, that's why. Yeah, it happens.
But don't ever.
Oh my God.
Don't you dare ever suggest in a conflict.
One time.
Yeah.
One time.
But you were delicate with the way you said it.
That's a rookie
That was
mistake.
so delicate.
No,
yeah,
you
just
weren't.
because you're on your period.
I thought you said on the rag.
Maybe I did.
I think you did. I think you did.
Yeah, it's just because you're on the rag.
Oh, no.
I love that term,
Then
on the
beast
rag.
came out.
Yeah.
There's that, and never say anything disparaging about the mother either, because that could go bad too.
Their mother, your mother-in-law.
Your wife's or your significant other's mother.
Correct.
Never.
Right. Like they can do it. Like I can.
Absolutely. You can beat mom up verbally, but the man cannot do it.
Even if you agree with me.
Wow, how'd you ever
I'm
put
like,
up?
what?
How'd you ever put up with that bitch?
Yeah.
What? You just called her a bitch.
I had a girlfriend at the time. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like something your mom would say, and it was just like, yeah, totally. Whoa! I'm going to kill you. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's just
Rookie mistake.
things like that you have to know, and you just have to accept and live
Calm
with.
down.
That's it.
Let's have some period sex.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got here. I thought this was kind of a fun story. I almost put this in bizarre file, but I have some legitimately weird stuff in there. But a man successfully used a nearly 50-year-old ticket to gain access into Walt Disney World at the
my
Magic
gosh.
Kingdom. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Matthew Abels, who has more than 600,000 followers on TikTok, discovered a 46-year-old ticket in his family's home. In a video, he said it was from 1978 and was originally worth $8.
$8 to get into Disney World.
He said, it's been collecting dust since before I was born, and I just assumed it was an old family keepsake until I realized that it's never been used and there's no expiration date. So to settle the question whether he had a golden ticket or was being delusional, he flew to Orlando to see if he could get entry. The video shows him approaching guest relations with the vintage ticket after a worker stamped void all over the ticket and left the booth. He said he felt nervous. However, the Disney worker returned with a yellow pass, granting him access to the park. Yeah. An entry for an adult currently starts around $109 for the day. That's the lowest ticket.
The lowest.
Adjusting for inflation, the 1978 ticket would have a current value of around $38. On its website, Disney World says it honors all unexpired tickets as a matter of policy.
Well, that's a good policy.
It is.
Good PR move.
I saw, on a similar note, there was a guy who belonged to a gym. I'm not going to say the name of the gym, but he was scanning in to the gym using a barcode with anything but his actual gym pass. So the last one I saw, and it was like day 18 of scanning in, and he used a box of cereal and the barcode on the box of cereal, and it was like, beep. And
It just let him through.
And it walked
What's
right
the purpose of having that device if you're not going to scan for the actual membership card?
Right.
I wonder how many places do that. Like, don't leave. Just assume you're going to come in with the count, with a proper card to scan.
Now, what I don't know is was it actually working, or was he just doing it because it makes a beep sound and there was nobody standing at the counter?
Oh, that's a good question. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I was wondering if it was. Yeah, it just simply might make a scan because it's a beep scan and that's it. But everyone hears that and figures it's legit.
Yeah,
that's probably it, Casey.
That's probably
I
it.
could
yeah.
see that being it, and just because it audibly, says it is read.
Right.
The
Enjoy your
code.
cereal.
Yeah. So. All right, let's see. Here's something. Or let me, hold on. I have to dig in and find it in our imaginary drawer. Oh, Oh, look what it is. Oh, look what it is.
Look who it is.
Philly Jesus.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
He's back. He's a Lyft driver.
Yeah.
He is a Lyft driver in Philadelphia. And
that's Philly Moses.
During the ride, he plays gospel music on his sound system. He has a Bible on the dash and rosary beads. And his name is Michael Grant. And he said, it's like a church on wheels. You know, that's how I look at it now. Philly Jesus. I pick up a passenger and they see me dressed like this. And I turn back and I say, Jesus is taking the wheel today.
I love it.
He said, and then I play gospel music on the radio. Nearly a decade ago, Philly Jesus became a fixture in the city, in Center City, and he was arrested for trespassing at an Apple store back in 2016, and that prompted him to exit the social media scene. A few years later, after a divorce and the deaths of his dad and grandmother, however, he felt that he needed to put the robe on again and hit the road with his message, but now he's driving for Lyft.
I think so. I'm trying to think. In my mind, did I perceive Jesus as being an Uber or a Lyft driver? And
I thought maybe more Uber, personally.
Yeah. You know what? No, he's a taxi driver, guys. He's more of a man of the people.
Okay.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
I would say lift because he lifts
He lifts you up.
Oh, he lifts you up.
Well, there's also a song called He Ubers You Up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he will lift you up.
So I took a couple of Uber. I don't use Uber that often. I don't use any ride shares that often, but I was in Florida and I had to get an Uber. And I think that later on in life, when retirement someday, I could maybe be a driver.
I thought the same thing.
You know what?
Because it is your work changes.
Yeah.
I like being in the car, you know, and
You're your own boss.
You're your own boss. Anyone I've ever talked to who's doing it, is a little bit older, Preston, is like, yeah, it's great.
So there was a woman who was probably around my age who gave me a ride to the airport, and she had a really cool setup, and it was Uber X, so it was just a standard regular car. It wasn't anything fancy. It was just like a Mazda or whatever. And I get in the back seat, and on the headrest of the passenger side was a tablet. And it had trivia questions that were constantly circulating through and games you could play. And I'm like,
there you go.
Great idea.
There you go.
Great idea. And I just sat there and they were stupid easy questions. So it made you feel really, really smart.
Was she dressed as Mary Magdalene?
No, she was not. But I'm like, this is entertaining.
I believe the Uber drivers and Lyft drivers that have those get extra money for having those in there because there's
Those amenities?
ads running on those tablets.
You know what? Yeah, there were a couple ads that popped up.
So I always make it a habit to ask people who are doing that sort of stuff. I was I forget where I was. I was at a restaurant and there was a guy there from Uber Eats, and I go, so how is this? He goes, I love it. And again, an older gentleman, Preston, he says, I make my hours, and I said, I'm always working, and you have a little bit more control over what you're doing, and I think that's sort of the enticement of it.
Yeah, my cousin is, and he just kind of does it as a side hustle. And so when he was like down the shore, there weren't a whole lot of Uber drivers down there. And he's like, all right, I got a couple hours to kill. Let me go out and
go knock out a few bucks.
Was he a former special operative with skills that made him able to solve people's problems?
Denzel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the guy that gave me a ride from the airport when I got there, I pop in and I go, cool paint job on the car. And he just looks at me, he goes, no English. And I'm like, oh, man. I'm going to tell you how cool your car was.
Yeah.
But then once we started riding, I was like, this actually is kind of nice.
Yeah.
I don't have to talk to anybody while I'm riding along. So
Could you shut up?
There's an online trivia thing that I've talked about a couple times in the past. It's called Trivia Night in Your Place, Trivia Night at Your Place. And so basically you can sit at home, do this trivia game while at home. One of the guys that runs it is an Uber driver, and he came out to an event where I was, Steve, one time. And he likes it too. It does take its toll on your car after a while.
No, that's
and
for
so,
sure.
Like he has to. It's part of it, and it's basically his full-time job at this point. But the way that he does it, he has to take into the income that he's making car repairs.
Wear and
'Cause,
tear.
wear and tear and new tires every so often because he's just on the road all the time. But they listen to Preston and Steve constantly, and it was a really cool conversation.
I think what I'd do is I'd purchase a very sort of suspect car, something that's sort of rickety, maybe not that safe, just to save money, and drive around that way.
I
So,
would just steal a car,
Yeah,
Sure.
or do like what
Yeah.
Dalton did in Roadhouse. You just buy, keep buying the cars and move through that way.
By the way, if you're in a rideshare right now and your Uber driver or Lyft driver, your rideshare driver has the Preston and Steve show on, send us a text and we'll give them a little.
Give them a
shout-out.
cash prize.
Go give them a cash prize. No, not $1,000.
You give them a cash prize.
So Philly Jesus is back around. He's driving Lyft. So
awesome.
look
And he got
forward to today.
divorced.
All right, I have two more things I want to get to.
I have the same thing. What is that?
Dude, I've had postnasal drip, I kid you not, for like 3 years now. And I haven't really talked to Dr. Mike about it yet. It's
Is your
stupid,
Dua
it's
Lipa
constantly-
distended?
It's constantly right here, right near kind of where my Adam's apple is.
Yeah.
I've got, Fromunda in there, whatever it is. I've got-
From your
Fromunda
change.
cheese.
Yeah.
Something in there. And it drives me crazy. So, all right, anyway.
You know what fix that? Mini melts.
Yes, and we're going to get that in a little while. So I bring this story up because we were just talking about sleep apnea and CPAP machines. Medical device manufacturer Philips will halt all sales of its sleep apnea machines amid fears about the device's link to cancer.
Oh, I think mine's a Philips machine.
In 2021, the company's CPAP machines were found to be blowing gas and foam into users' airways as they slept, putting them at an increased risk of tumors. The discovery led to the company recalling more than 5 million machines.
5 million.
But attempts to repair and replace affected machines has been dragging on for years, and now the FDA and Justice Department have forced Philips to halt all new sales until they address the problem with the old devices.
So-
And Dr. Mike, you better not be calling me to tell me to do the Neil Med. All right, anyway, go ahead.
You'll go to Dr. Mike.
I'm sorry. Dr. Mike is on the phone, so let's go to him right now. Dr. Mike Sirigliano, Fox 29 and Penn Medicine. Hey, man.
I want you to do the Neil Man.
Now, I do it.
It doesn't help me with that, but
Yeah, but are you putting budesonide in it? Have
Yeah.
I given you the liquid steroid?
you have, and you've also given me the other squeezy steroid to put in there. Not the budesonide, but anyway, I've done a variety of them, and that hasn't helped me.
But do you do it on a regular
basis?
basis?
Histamine.
Dr. Mike, let me step in here for a second. Do you do it on a regular basis?
I did it for like a month, and I'm like, this isn't helping. I'm
Okay.
freaking not doing this
All right,
anymore.
don't get mad at me. I'm just asking questions.
Now, didn't you have... Wait
Sexual
a minute.
tension.
Am I allowed to talk
You
about your
can tell them all it's
Yeah,
stuff in
yeah.
my butt, whatever.
Whatever.
Man,
In fact,
anything.
you can even put
So-
pictures up online.
Go ahead, Dr. Mike.
So, weren't you seen by ear, nose, and throat, and we're going to have sinus surgery at one point?
Yes.
He
and
had it scheduled.
Me and my insurance company wouldn't cover it. So, yes, I still want to do that. And I know you're not a big fan of that, but I still want to do it.
Well, no, if you have to do it, you have to do it. But why did your insurance... Those bastards.
Those bastards, yes.
Listen.
We had scheduled the same date when I had my poem surgery for the achalasia, Mike. Preston was going to go in at the exact same time.
Yeah, because we need to have vacation
Right.
days off to recover.
Right.
And they, Dr. Palmer and his staff called like about a week before. They're like, your insurance isn't going to cover it. And I'm like, you got to be kidding
Well,
me.
no,
I have
you
a
have to be-
respected doctor saying that I need this to get done. Yeah,
Yes.
Anyway.
Because you have a deviated septum or a nasal polyp or something, don't you?
Yep, I got a couple things. I have both of those things. Yeah.
All right. So, look, if the Neil Med isn't working and you gave it the best shot,
Yeah.
then we have no choice. I mean, but you and I need to readdress this.
Yes.
You need to come in for a good.
I do.
overhaul
He needs to come in. I need to come in.
I've been
need to
peeing a
come
lot
in.
lately too. I want you to cover that as well.
All right. Well, it's on the menu. All right. Well, but the other thing is, do you have a HEPA filter in your bedroom or any kind of air filter?
Not in my bedroom, no.
How about a humidifier to increase the moisture, especially when you're sleeping?
That's a good thing.
That may help. But do you have itchy eyes and runny nose? It's
Yeah, actually, I
not that
do.
big of the time of year for that, but
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll come in. We'll work it out.
Come in.
By the way, did you hear about this, Dr. Mike? This other thing that Philips has been told to recall their CPAP machines because it may cause cancer?
Well, I've been dealing with that that's not a new thing. That's old news. And the fact is that it was the foam that was an issue, and going through the whole process of getting. And I have a ton of people that have sleep apnea that needed machines, and it was very challenging. But look, you can't be doing stuff that's harmful.
And just for the record, Mike, we love you. Just so you know.
No, I love you all so much.
Yes.
I'm a P1.
Yeah, you are, baby.
I listen to you, and then Pierre, and then Brent, and then everybody.
You're the best.
You rock.
You rock.
Love
if you
you,
were an
Dr.
Uber
Mike.
driver, I'm sure you would have us blaring in your car as you were driving people
I
around.
am driving, and I have it blaring in the car.
Nice.
We love you, Dr. Mike.
Right now.
All right, we'll see ya. He actually called me yesterday, not to check on me, but to ask about my mom.
Is that not amazing?
That is the kind of guy he is.
I love this guy dearly.
He just wanted to say, how's your mom doing?
Yeah.
And I told him, and he's like, well, she's not getting the kind of care she needs to get. I mean, like, he gets into our lives, and he's an amazing person. He's
We hope you find a doctor as wonderful as Dr.
can only be so lucky.
But you can't have ours.
By the way, Philips is facing over 700 lawsuits claiming that their devices contributed to patients' cancers and other health problems. So now there's a recall.
Stop and think about this, though. You got this thing which you've been advised to use for your condition, and he's like, you can't win. It makes your penis fall off.
My dad's been in and out of medical care places a lot over the last couple of weeks, and he's doing better now, which is great. But Steve, there was a stretch where when he was in the hospital, he didn't have his CPAP machine. So not only are you trying to sleep in the hospital,
right,
but you have to have the CPAP machine in order to do so. And it's a terrible cycle to get in. And you're absolutely right. Like, if you need this thing and that's being recalled, like, what the hell are you going to do at night?
I'd say eat fresh pineapple.
All right. Yeah. Real quick before we go back to another story, because there's one more I want to get to. A text come in. Uber driver Sean from Delco here. Only Preston and Steve in my car.
Hey!
Driving right now in Drexel Hill. So thank you.
Let's send him a CPAP machine.
And he says, also, I have sleep apnea. Ha, ha, ha. You guys are speaking to me this morning. And then we have Tyler, who is an Uber driver, wants to check in real quick. Hey, Tyler. Morning, buddy.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I actually am in the middle of driving when Nick texted me and let me know that you guys were fine. I was listening, and my passenger just said, she goes, oh, they didn't get to you before you dropped me off. I wanted to be on the radio.
Oh, go back and pick her up.
Yeah.
Give a plug.
Get in the goddamn car.
Hey, Tyler. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
Give a plug for your trivia company.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I host Trivia Night at Your Place. It's a live game we do every Thursday night at 9 o'clock. It's 2 teams of 2, head-to-head. We do a bunch of different things. We do video rounds and picture rounds. It's free to sign up, so if anybody ever wants to do it, it's on Zoom. We do it quick and it's easy.
Tyler, is Uber your full-time job?
Yes, sir. I do Uber and Lyft.
And how long are your days?
Actually, surprisingly, not that bad. I work during the daytime. I start a little early, and then I end probably around between 3 and 5.
Okay.
And so we've heard, and we were talking about this, Tyler, and a lot of the people that I encounter whenever I'm talking to them just casually seem to really like that aspect that you can tailor your schedule, and make your workday what you want it to be. Do you agree with that?
I agree. Yeah. The only downfall is they kind of they started taking more money from us.
Yes.
I'm not going to get into it too much, but they hide the fees and stuff, and they don't give them to the drivers. But we're the ones spending all the money. But you're right. The good part is, yes, we get to go. I can drop somebody off and then go, oh, look, there's a new restaurant. I can turn off and go eat and do whatever I want and then start up again.
Right. Tyler, what navigation system do you use?
It's actually, I just use the Uber and the Lyft app.
Okay.
The navigation that they give us.
Okay.
If I'm using navigation normally for myself, it's just the Apple Maps, really.
Okay. Apple Maps, okay. I was just curious. I didn't know if you had a choice to use your own.
Talk
if you
to an
wanted
expert.
Wanted to use Waze or something like that, you could. Or
They can do that. I just use the app because that way they can track it and I don't get in too much trouble. I've had plenty of crazies, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, cool. Good, man. That's awesome.
Excellent. All right, buddy. Thanks, and thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Huge fan. Love you guys.
Awesome.
Thanks.
We love you. Thank you, Tyler.
Actually, a lot of the guys are both Uber. A lot of the people, not guys, anyone's driving, drive for both Uber and Lyft.
Yeah. Yep. All right. One more story. Let me dig in here and find this. All right. If you want your teens or adult kids to listen to your advice.
Yeah.
I know, right? Support their independence and viewpoint first.
Yeah.
This is according to University.
Just put it at the end of the foot.
University of California Riverside study found that using phrases like "because I said so" or "get over it" are likely to push your young adult away. And the study included 194 participants between 18 and 25. The sample was diverse and included predominantly Asian Latino participants. Parents who supported their kids' autonomy could also give unsolicited advice and still be listened to. Past studies found that young adults typically disregard unsolicited advice from older people or their parents.
Right. But that's since time began. That's sort of the progression.
Yeah, I've evolved as a parent and have over time have gotten away from things like "because I said so" or "get over it" or anything like that, and try to talk to them like not necessarily a full grown adult as their kids, but don't talk down to them too much.
And your beatings are now open-handed.
Yeah. No, and I think it's smart. I think it works.
Well, you do listen, and then there are times, I'm sure you're all parents, where you just have to.
Yeah, you got to put your foot
come
down.
on, yeah. What you said? What was your father saying?
I'll knock your ass up between your shoulders.
I love that.
That's what he said.
That's a great line.
Yep.
I used to use "because I said so" all the time when my kids were little, and so much so that I would sing it to the Bob the Builder theme. I'd be like, "'Cause I said so, 'cause I said so."
So this is more for teens and, as they're maturing.
I mean, now my stance with those guys are, this is your life, So like all I can do is just sort of guide you and drop a little wisdom from time to time. But like, whatever decisions you make, you have to live with those, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
simple as that.
They're either going to be good or they're going to be dog water.
And I'll cut you off.
When was the last time either you guys or Kathy got angry, and audibly angry at your child?
Yesterday?
That is a good question. It's been a while.
I go to the mall and I'll just randomly get angry.
That's probably smart. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
My son, he hurt me accidentally, and I was mad at him for that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What did he do?
I'm trying to think of how this all played out.
Kicked you in your nuts?
No, we were having a football catch, and the bastard acted like he intercepted a pass. He did not intercept it. It was perfectly thrown.
Yeah.
I get your point.
Yeah. But then he was coming at me, and he tried to do, like a little shake and bake, but I caught him, and because he didn't get past me, and then he like jumped up and he hit his shoulder into my chin.
Ow.
And it actually felt like he dislocated my jaw. And
Why did you do that?
I was so mad.
Because I said so. Wait, I got to sing like the Bob the Builder.
Nick, I live with a 12-year-old male version of myself.
And who is responsible for that?
This is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last summer, Ben wandered off, and we were hiking. I think I relayed this.
Oh,
story.
yes, you did. Yeah.
And I was terrified and angry at the same time. I had no idea where he was, and we were in the middle of the national park in Shenandoah Valley, and I got really angry, and I was embarrassed at how angry I got afterwards. But at the time, I couldn't control it.
You said a bear came up.
Nick, you might have overreacted.
Calm down, buddy.
The voice of reason.
Yeah.
Walk with me. Let's have some salmon.
But I think that was the last time I got really, really mad.
All right. Well, you need to, if you can, support their independence and viewpoint first.
Yeah,
Okay.
or just a military academy.
And then tell them they're way wrong. All right. That's it in the junk drawer today, gang. We got to wrap it up.
That was the junk drawer. Preston's closing up his junk drawer. There's nothing left here in the junk drawer. Until next time, that was the junk drawer.
That's Kyle.
Kyle Mack, vocalist extraordinaire from the FM band, and our wonderful jingle for the junk drawer. All right, we're going to break and come back in a second. I got great stories via the Bizarre File to get to later on this morning. We will also get into the Connoisseur. How about I give away some Galentine's Day passes right now? I tell you what, I will take 4 ladies who can join us for this event at 215-263-WMMR. It's going to be a week from this coming Tuesday, and we are headed to Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. We're going to be at Jack's Bar and Grill. We're going to have some cocktails. We're going to have some apps. We're going to have some activities and games, and we're just going to hang and have a good time.
Go effing crazy.
Let's do this for Galentine's Day. You have to be at least 21 and available to join us. 215-263-WMMR. We'll be right back.
Preston and Steve.
WMMR.
Before we do the bizarre file, I've been asked if someone could borrow the microphone because they need help with something. And then I realized, you know what? I need help with something too. So if
Are you the
there's
helper?
anything you guys need, no, they're going to be the helpers. Our listeners are. So if there's anything you need help with, real quick, think about it. We'll knock them all out. All right, Marissa, go ahead.
All right.
Do you need help reaching for something?
Actually, in life, generally,
Okay,
yes. All right. 2 weeks ago, my friend posted something on Instagram that was like, it's free to help a small business, like something, share something, whatever it was. It was very sweet.
Yeah.
And it inspired me. So I put it on my story and I put it out there and I said, if you have a small business, send me the name of the company and I'll go in and like a bunch of your posts just to help you out. Like I was happy. You were just sitting there watching TV. It was very sweet. Well, apparently Instagram didn't like it because I liked too many things. And now my account is frozen.
What? Oh, man.
So I can post things. I just can't like anything. I can't comment on anything. Like total first world problems. I know that. But it's really getting annoying. It's been 2 weeks.
Well, it's also part of...
Are you in Instagram jail?
I'm in Instagram probation, is what I'm calling it, right?
I
Instagram
don't
jail?
know why Instagram would have an issue with you liking too many things.
I guess they looked at it like it was robotic
might think
activity.
you're a bot. Oh,
Yeah. So they called it a bot, and so I can I have
All
like
right.
half of my privileges.
What do you
so
need?
if anybody knows anybody at Meta, it is very hard to get a hold of people at Meta, but I'm sure some people out there listening work in the social world, work in businesses that have connections with Meta. Please help me.
All right.
Please.
You think you got problems?
Oh, I can't wait to hear yours.
My HBO Max, I am not able to play videos on it.
Oh.
And I don't know what to do.
Are you able to log in?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see them there, you just simply can't play videos.
Yeah, it says there's a problem. And so not only have I logged in, deleted the app, reloaded it, doesn't work.
Okay, because I was going to try that.
Yeah,
Did the whole thing.
Well, go ahead, guys.
No. I'm having,
He's having the same problem.
the same exact issues, and it started on my one Roku, and then but it didn't, wasn't doing it on my other Roku.
Have you tried it off of your Roku?
I've tried it even on my phone.
Okay.
And it won't work there either.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Sure, I got one. I don't have enough members on my team for Polar Plunge next weekend.
Now that's important.
Yeah.
And so that's Saturday at the ballpark. February 10th is the date. The information is up on PrestonandSteve.com. It's the Special Olympics Polar Plunge. And we really want to raise a lot of money for an awesome cause, an awesome organization. But they're just not enough people who have signed up yet. So you can sign up and not actually take the plunge if you want. They have what's called a chicken out plunge member.
funny.
So you can still participate without taking the plunge.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
they'll count as a team member.
That's exactly right, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, we just don't have many people on our team. So if you want to be a part of Team WMMR and benefit a great organization, February 10th at
I'm
the
going to do
ballpark.
that.
Thanks, Steve.
Yes.
And it's all the information's up on PrestonandSteve.com.
Okay. All right. So Marissa needs somebody at Meta. Casey and I need help with our HBO Max app. Nick needs people for Polar Plunge. Kathy?
I'd love a private plane.
Kathy would love a private plane. And we need a live chicken to take the curse off of the guy's bat.
Right.
And
I'm worried my penis is too big.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Well, we all have our problems.
Yeah.
Email any of us with our respective issues if for some reason you think you can help out.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So the issue with the Max app is that there's no person you can call about
Who
it.
do you get in
Johnny
touch
Max.
Yeah. Same for Instagram. Who do you
know.
call?
Yeah. I hate that. I hate that about all these things. The ability to actually reach out to someone and feel like they can hear your issue and maybe help you out.
I reached out to somebody yesterday and was on the phone for 2 hours.
Oh, my God.
That's right.
I won't say the company, but I had terminated business with them. They were a wonderful company.
2
but
hours?
2 hours.
Billed.
But here's what I did, and I advise anyone who is engaged in some sort of thing where you're getting bills and you should not be. Every time you talk to a person, get their name, get their supervisor, get the point. I had all that information going into it down to the minute. I had the person confirm to me, that all the services were terminated and I would not be getting further bills. And so I was able to give it to the new person. But there was this twice lost the connection. Twice didn't get the call back, even though I'd given the number in case we lost connection. So, it's...
I'm glad they're not getting your business anymore.
Yeah, but overall, I was happy with the business. And so I said, if you ever want someone to return to your service, please, you need to conduct this end of it better.
All right, very quickly. And then we got to do Bizarre File. It's 8:15. Dom, you're on the line. Go ahead, man.
Hey, man. So last week I was having the same problem with my HBO Max.
Yeah.
So when I called them and spoke to them, what they said, you need to go through your account settings and just wipe everybody off your account. Just sign out of all the devices. And then also, too, look at your subscription-based tier and see what subscription that you're paying for. And that should be able to fix that, too, as well. Once I booted everybody off and logged everybody out, I was able to play videos again and log back in on my HBO Max.
And did you have to recreate all those accounts again, or,
No. Those accounts stay there. Sorry, I got a sore throat this morning. Those accounts stay there. You just log them, log everybody off. So
log out on every device that you have it on.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Yeah, give it a shot.
All right,
Awesome.
Dom. Appreciate it, brother. Thank
and
you
what
so
about
much.
Kathy's plane?
Yeah. Good work on Kathy's plane.
Oh, God, we hung up with him.
All right. We're good?
We're good.
I just
We're good.
one little thing I need some help with. I wanted to hear the Froggy song, the Friday song.
Oh my God. From Froggy this morning to bring in our weekend. Oh, and I would like to remind you that after we do the Bizarre File and do the commercial break, we're going to play the brand new Billy Joel song.
Yes.
This morning for you to check out. But in the meantime, let's do this.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Helium Comedy Club, bringing the laughs to Philly for many years. Helium Comedy has the best comics of today and tomorrow live every week. Tickets and lineup at heliumcomedy.com. Well, harrowing video shows a girl in Australia swinging around an 8-foot python as she desperately tried to free her guinea pig from its grasp.
Yeah.
12-year-old Rosie Whiteman was peering in the bushes from her backyard when she noticed a large snake was about to eat her pet named Maxibon. And that's when Rosie grabbed the python and she started swinging it around to loosen the snake's grip on her guinea pig. Her father says that she was screaming the whole time during the terrifying encounter. Kudos to this girl for not flinching to go over and pick up this big-ass snake to
Give me my effing guinea pig.
Save her pet.
Yeah.
Rosie eventually tossed the python into a neighbor's yard, but she was able to save her pet when it was all over. And yes, little Maxibon is alive and well.
And then the guinea pig bit her in the throat.
But it's pretty funny video. South Carolina man is set to make his first court appearance next month after he was accused of slapping a teenage hostess at Walt Disney World Resort restaurant 3 times in the forehead.
That's the happiest place on earth.
While under the influence after she had refused to seat him during the restaurant's due to the restaurant's dress code. John Monroe, who is 64 years old, was arrested and charged with battery after an altercation involving a 19-year-old hostess at Citra Crocs inside of, or Citricos inside of the Grand Floridian. Monroe, no stranger to luxury hotels, is the vice president of hospitality, sales, and marketing at the prestigious Sea Pines Resort in Hilton Head, where he lives.
And thought it was fine to slap this hostess?
A preliminary investigation revealed restaurant hostess was checking the family, who had a reservation for 3. However, the group arrived with 4 people, 2 women and 2 men. Monroe was not dressed in accordance with their dress code. He was wearing swim shorts and a T-shirt, and their website states that the guests are expected to dress accordingly in attire that respects the restaurant's sophisticated and upscale aesthetic. Because Monroe was wearing the swimsuit, shorts, and a T-shirt, he was told by the hostess he wasn't allowed to dine with his family. He seemed to understand, but said he would wait with his group until they were seated. Well, she started to show them to the seat, and he followed them over. And apparently, he was told not to do this, right? So one of the women that was with them actually told the hostess, please don't allow him to sit with us. He is really drunk, underdressed. It's my birthday, and I'm embarrassed.
So his own family is saying this.
So when the hostess told Monroe that he couldn't sit with the group, he began to, quote, repeatedly slap her forehead 3 times while stating her name, which he read from the tag on her shirt, deputies stated. The hostess sustained no injury and declined medical treatment, but she did wish to pursue charges.
Yeah, well, she was assaulted.
Deputies caught up with him. They said he was apparently intoxicated based on his slurred speech, glossy red
Where's
eyes,
Pluto?
and constant repeating that he was going to, quote, sue Disney. He was arrested and released on a $1,000 bond. He has also been placed on administrative leave from
no kidding.
From his job amid review of the personal.
A great PR work, by the way, over the weekend.
Yep. So the city of San Diego announced Tuesday it's taking legal action to shut down a massage parlor, accusing it of being a front for prostitution. So the Ocean Spa Massage Parlor was located in an office complex, and according to police, it operated out of 2 units. But for a while, it was located right next to a youth Bible study group.
Uh-oh.
And police said some of the illegal acts that were going on there were so loud that they actually disrupted the study group.
Imagine going into the wrong place.
According to police...
I saw a guy.
An investigation, they uncovered numerous things. Workers were caught offering to sell sex to undercover police officers on 4 different occasions. Online, they said detectives found more than 1,200 advertisements offering sex acts at the massage parlor. Listen to this. According to court documents, complaints about the business started back in 2018.
Oh, my God.
They're just getting around to this now. They complain about traffic at all hours
Now
of the
we
day.
don't seem so bad, Philly Insurance.
Sexual sounds coming from the premises, which are audible to nearby businesses, and female employees wearing sexually explicit clothing. The San Diego Police Department said it spent 125 hours investigating prostitution-related crimes at the property, and they are just now getting to this. It's
crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. We got to do another one and then wrap it up. But I want it to be a good one. Let's go to... hang on a sec here. Oh, yeah. How about this one? We're going to need this, by the way.
Gotcha.
An Australian man has escaped jail for visiting a Hungry Jack's. This is in Australia. Hungry Jack's drive-thru with a visible erection after claiming he was suffering from the effects of Super Viagra.
Super Viagra?
Yeah, David Richardson, a farrier from Humpty Doo.
A little dipsy-doo.
Pleaded guilty last week. Richardson's lawyer, Peter Malley, told the court that his client had taken a substance known as Pitbull Super.
Pitbull Super?
Which is a super Viagra, he said.
Why, look, he has a boner.
He's got a
little dipsy-doo.
The substance, which contains multiple erectile dysfunction medicines, promises on the packet to give a man an erection that lasts for days.
Look, he's got a boner.
And
for days?
His lawyer said it had the desired effect. After enjoying his time with, quote, a number of young ladies, 51-year-old Richardson reportedly remained rigid, and it said his unit began to split.
Oh, my God.
Like Walmart
And
stock?
it says he started to panic, so he went for a bite to eat.
All right.
Wait a second. When your penis starts to split, your first notion is to go get a corn dog?
For this guy, it was. His lawyer explained that Richardson's genitals were too sensitive to wear shorts, so
now
he
he can do 2 women at once.
He draped a towel over the affected area and went through the drive-thru of Hungry Jack's.
God.
They reported that his tumescence was witnessed by a 16-year-old worker who was reduced to tears by the experience. The judge agreed that the medicine looked dangerous and suggested that Richardson should have considered Uber Eats when he was hungry.
That wouldn't give you a boner.
So he's apparently getting...
You have a massive erection.
And that is what I have in the bizarre file.
I'm trying to figure out how the split would occur.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I do not know. All right. Couple of quick things. Man, there was something I wanted to mention at the end of this. Oh, yeah. I know we're running late, but I promised a couple of guys I would mention something.
Sure.
Our friend Paul Mercurio has got a show tonight in Sellersville at the Sellersville Theater. He is a very funny man. He's a good friend of ours, and you never know, you could end up being part of the show.
It's crowd work like you've never experienced it. The whole concept of the show is awesome, and it's a show that is produced by Frank Oz.
Frank
friggin' Oz.
Frank Oz.
Yeah.
Miss Piggy, Grover, Yoda, all those characters.
This show is probably, and he's talked about it as being the pinnacle of his live performances. He loves it.
If you're looking for something cool to do, go and support Paul. See him tonight at the Sellersville Theater. And then our buddy Todd Glass has got some shows coming up at Bourbon and Bank. He's playing 13 shows February 21st through the 24th. It's in a really small, that's why he's doing so many shows. It's not really a comedy club. It's a small, intimate setting, and he's really excited about these shows.
John is so friggin' funny.
He's the best, and he wants to sell them out, and we love him. And we've got the information at WMMR.com if you want to see him.
Please go see him, because, and especially in that setting, he'll be on his game.
The 20th 1st through the 24th, go see our buddy Todd Glass at Bourbon and Bank in Fishtown, right, Marissa? Or is that Northern Liberties? Northern Liberties. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second, and we're going to play brand new Billy Joel for you.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to get into the Connoisseur. We'll see about that. That means new ice cream flavors. And we might, are we having Joe Watson on?
Joe doesn't have a cell phone, so we're working on it right now.
We might have Joe Watson and the Flyers on. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
WMMR.
So, Kath, the reason I think that he took time off like that and didn't write anything is he had said, there was a quote from him, he doesn't really, writing music is hard.
Yeah, it is.
And he really wrestled with every song that he wrote, and it took a lot out of him. Like, all of those are, it's an artist's baby, and they work really, really hard on it. And he would wrestle with ideas and he only until he felt it was exactly the way he wanted it would he be finished with it. And so he just kind of got tired of working that hard on it because he had done it for so long.
And he has a massive songbook.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's been over 30 years I've been working on my rock opera.
Okay. How close? How close are we?
I've got a concept.
But I wonder why now. I guess maybe this just came to him.
Don't know.
And maybe it was like, all right, this is coming pretty easy. Let's do it.
So the song is apparently about a couple that's been together for a number of years, and one half of that couple is expressing regret of perhaps getting too complacent over their time together. And then it says, I haven't had a chance to really digest it lyrically. It says the chorus evolves over the course of the song. So it kind of, the chorus changes. And I love songs that do that. You have a chorus, the melody, and some of the words are the same, but it
starts to change.
It alters itself.
Agreed.
Kind of an example of that is Margaritaville, where he says it's nobody's fault, and he says, hell, it could be my fault. And then the last chorus is, it's my own damn fault.
Yeah.
I love those type of slight changes. But that's classic. Billy Joel, man, he sounds fantastic. His voice sounds
it's just great.
Wonderful. Somebody had texted in saying there was auto-tune on that. I didn't hear it. I didn't sniff a tiny bit of auto-tune.
It could be.
That.
It doesn't matter. I mean, everyone's... listen, he's obviously he still is performing in front of huge groups, and he said, but that Billy Joel sound, again, how many times in the past year, Preston, we said, that's the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
And on with artists that are releasing music that you figure, because a lot of times, and you pointed out, you hit a point in your career, we talked about it with Sting. Sting's releasing great music, but Sting's not hoping for...
for hits.
Yeah, right. That's not what he's in it for.
He's doing it more for himself.
To hear, I mean, Pierre played the extended version of the Lady Gaga, the Rolling Stones song that he was there for that performance. Played it yesterday. Sweet Mother God. That's like in my top 3 favorite Rolling Stones songs ever, and it just came out.
I love it.
Steve, as you said the word Sting, I pulled up a post on Instagram, and it's Billy Joel and Sting. They're performing together in Vegas, but it was just so weird. Like, the instant you said it, I pulled this up, but they're in Vegas together in November of this year. And tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m. Billy Joel and Sting,
Oh, that would be a hell of a night.
Yeah.
I remember going to those, the Billy Joel Elton John shows, and Kathy, I know you went to those too.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And we talk about people of that caliber, and Sting falls in that category as well, of people who just have this huge body of work and just can sit down and take a dump and a great song comes out.
Was that there?
I was very happy to hear that song yesterday, and it's it's a ballad, which I was hoping he was going to come out with, and it's what a voice on that guy!
Sounds
Don't you just
awesome.
wish you could sing like that.
So it was. You were by law required to listen to Billy Joel growing up on Long Island. So that was he's. Again, that's Billy Joel. That's all you can say.
Well, and he's also said that he's written a few songs out in Montauk as well. He used to visit there.
And that love song for that woman, that elusive woman, Kathy.
Did you know that Captain Jack came out 51 years ago?
Wow.
That was the coolest song ever when it came out.
So that was the song that MMR played.
That's right.
Yeah.
That brought him back. And the story's been told many, many times. That first album that he put out was recorded at the wrong speed. So when people bought the album and took it home and put it on their record player, it sounded like,
Sing us a song, you're the piano man.
Exactly. Sounded like that. And it nearly drove him out of the business.
Yeah.
He was so distraught and so upset. And that's when he kind of left town, right? It's almost where Piano Man, the song, came from, because he just went and he's, I'm going to go, just be a bar guy.
But I gave it a second try, and I sat down and I committed myself to making sure everything was fixed.
Well, what happened is he is in preparation for that album. He was doing some radio tours, and he came by and he played Captain Jack live on the air on MMR. So MMR essentially had the only recording of one of his new songs that was not sped up.
Wow.
And banged it on the air here, got huge response, and then Billy was like, hang on a second.
Yeah.
People actually like this, and it brought him back into the career. Now, listen, his massive talent, he would have come back around anyway, but MMR was part of the catalyst to bring that back in. It was Ed Shockey, right?
Yeah, and it became the most requested song in the station's history in 1972.
Oh, my God.
So there's your direct connection to us.
Exactly.
Is this the version? Yeah. Was it Sigma Sound?
Yeah.
Wow. By the way, this song is just Captain Jack. I remember kind of being like a halfway fan of it when I was younger. But I listened, and one time in particular, I heard it, and I heard it. You know what I mean?
Listen
like,
to
this
it.
is brilliant.
This is April 15th, 1972.
Wow. And this is what got him to take off to be the incredible. Amazing music.
My first agent in comedy and stand-up had been a drummer with his original group, which was the Hassles.
Okay.
And knew Billy and said it was just great, and said, oh boy, I'm so glad I'm no longer associated with that guy. No, he always goes, what? Why? But yeah, he said it was always like a great guy to work with and to be with, and everyone around in that sphere knew this guy's going to go the distance and just be one of the legends.
That's cool. I'm sure Pierre will probably spin it again later on today.
Yep.
So if you came in on the tail end of this, you'll be able to check it out. It's a new song from Billy Joel, Turn the Lights Back On. Real quick, if you guys don't mind, I got a shout out. I'm going to pass this along. We're gonna do the Connoisseur in a little while. We're going to do it after 9 o'clock. We kind of switch gears here a little bit. I teased that we were going to do it now. We're going to do it later. I got this text says, or email, good morning, it bitches, and a yoo-hoo to all. My name is Autumn, and I've been listening to you guys since I was a junior in high school in 2008 for 16 years. Every single morning. You guys are the only people to get me to smile at 6 a.m. And I never got the nerve to ask, but I always wanted a birthday shout out for my birthday. So we're going to give her a shot. For my 33rd birthday, I figured I'd give it a shot. It's on February 4th, so it's over the weekend. So we're going to have to do it today. But it's cool if you get to it whenever you get a chance. Rock on, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Black History Month from a loyal Black listener. That is Autumn. So here's a chart. Happy birthday to you, Autumn. And then... this one is, I'm going to get to this now. It's not until the 8th, but it says I will be, no, I'm going to do it next week.
Yeah,
because they've got a time they're going to be listening.
Why don't you do a few words at a time over the course of the next couple of days?
That's okay.
By the way, Preston, this isn't February 8th. Oh, okay.
I wrote the wrong thing down.
You wrote the wrong. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I wrote down 3-8, and I meant to do 2-8. All right, so I'll correct that. Kathy, you said that you had something you wanted to share with our listening audience this morning.
Oh, well, I wanted to, yes, okay. So yesterday I texted you guys on the way out not to get on the Schuylkill. There was, I think it was a vehicle fire, truck fire or something, past the Conshohocken curve, and it was stopped back to getting on here. And sometimes I'll see it and I'm like, is it just kind of slowing down? So I got on the Schuylkill. No, it wasn't moving, and it was taking a very long time. So I got about probably maybe, I don't know exactly, maybe a half a mile a little more before the Gladwin exit, right? So I was going to exit there and take the back roads. And people were just sitting. I mean, it really was not moving. And so people started to use the shoulder right where I was to get to that Gladwin exit and get off. Yeah. And a bunch of people are going. So I followed along. I went off to the shoulder and I started going. But what I noticed, which I've never seen before, now, of course, you're not supposed to do that. I get it. And
was it a llama?
No. There could be people that were annoyed with it or whatever. But I noticed that the trucks, all of the big, huge, like semi-tractor trailers, started to merge over and block the shoulder.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, I don't know what this is, but I got to a point where it's like I didn't feel safe passing the truck. So I got back into the lane and waited until I got to the exit to exit. But now I'm behind a truck and I saw him. He sure enough, once the last car passed by, he moved over and he blocked that shoulder. There was a truck behind me. He pulled over halfway. So they're half in the left lane, half on the shoulder. So these cars can't pass by. And then there was another truck. So I saw 3 trucks. Another one a little ways up did
You're
the
saying
same.
Trucks or tractor trailers?
Tractor trailers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big
Okay.
tractor trailers.
18-wheelers.
Yeah. And I don't know what
You think they were talking to each other on the CB?
I don't know, but why?
Good buddy.
Why were they doing that? Yes, I understand you're not supposed to do that, and maybe there's some maybe police wouldn't be able to get through if there was something up ahead that they needed to get to. But like, what was it with these truckers that they were talking to each other? Or what?
It's just a guess on my part, but I think they started talking to one another and they were doing it because they can, Casey, and they didn't want people to cheat, and so they shifted over into the right hand, the shoulder, to prevent people
Just
from
to
doing
block
kind of.
I mean, it wasn't.
Let me ask you a question. Was the exit in view? Could you see it from where you were?
You could see. Not at first, but then it was a little ways. It wasn't that far away. Like we had passed
quarter mile, maybe.
I said like probably about a half a mile.
Okay,
maybe a little more.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've done that as well, and it's only because I'm strictly annoyed at
where
the people.
You tip over a little bit.
I've done it
because it's not fair. Now, mind you, there's a case where you're coming down 76, or you're getting off on the Kelly Drive exit, and there is a long run up to that where it's just common for people to cut over on the shoulder and bypass. That's often because everyone is stuck going forward, and not that many people are getting off. But when I see that happen and somebody will cut, a whole line of traffic, it just pisses me off.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone's sort of waiting. It is illegal to ride on the shoulder.
If you know an exit is shortly up there, I think you have
You're
a little carte blanche.
yeah.
But if it was far enough away, maybe they were just like, screw you, man. We'll get in line with the
Maybe.
rest of us.
And you know what? But it was, like I said, it was not moving. It was traffic. And normally I'd be like, wow, what an a-hole. But because there was so much traffic, and obviously these people, including myself, knew that the exit was right up there.
Did you have your ears on? Were you have your CB out? Were you
your ears on?
Yeah.
No, but I'm telling you, it made me it made me a little nervous that I didn't.
You got the sexy salsa queen. Who we got? What's your 1040?
No, it made me nervous that I got back into the lane. I was like, I don't know what they're doing, but I'm just going to wait in the traffic.
All right, let me go to Chris. Is in a truck right now. Hi, Chris. Good morning.
Hey.
Oh, you're breaking
We're
up.
losing you, Chris.
All right.
Hello?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Go ahead, buddy.
The thing is, we see it so much that people, even if they're behind a truck, they don't want to be behind a truck. They'll go up that right side, and then they'll pass all the traffic and then jam over to the left.
Right.
And you see it constantly, so you move over and you stop everyone from butting, actually.
Yeah.
So is this like a truck thing then?
It's a truck thing, yeah.
Okay. So that's common?
That's what I saw. I was like, this has got to be a truck thing.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, let me ask you, because I feel like there is a little bit of a difference between butting in line and doing what Kathy was doing, which was, basically just getting off the exit early, right? Like, and she ended up, because the trucks ended up going into the shoulder, she ended up butting in line. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It depends on if you know there's an exit up there.
Yeah.
But there's 9 times out of 10, people go around you just to cut in front.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think anybody, it pisses me off, and I'm not in an 18-wheeler when you're all kind of waiting in line. Everyone's in the same thing. Yeah, and so they'll just ride down as if that is an additional lane that suddenly opened up, and it pisses me off. So I'm all for that when you want to do that in those cases.
Yeah.
What it is, people are privileged.
Not everyone can ride on the shoulder.
Oh man, one time it really irritated me. There was it was on the Blue Route, southbound, just bumper to bumper traffic. And it was a ways away from, the Villanova exit. Yeah. And then I see like a Jaguar just go flying down. I'm like, you rich mother.
They probably say Jaguar.
Yeah.
All right, so I was driving because of Kathy's text, and thank you for letting me and Preston know, Kathy. I took back roads to get home, and there was a lot of construction. There is a lot of construction on Montgomery as you're heading towards the Ardmore area. And Preston, there was a dude. The left lane is closed in one of the lanes on Montgomery Avenue. A dude tried to go around the closed left lane to make a left further up. In a BMW SUV, the lady directing traffic, where the construction zone was, stopped him, puts her hands up, and starts whistling at him and says, no. And I wasn't in a hurry. I was fine, but I was sitting I was laughing my ass off. And he rolled his window down and started yelling at her. And she's like, you back up. And I was like, she did not take any guff from this guy. I was so proud of her. It was awesome.
All right, we got a lot of calls.
I know.
And a lot of truck
That's the
drivers.
thing.
But you see the one we have to go to, right?
Yeah.
Gang, this is Soup Bone. Hey, Soup, what's up?
Hey, that's called a rolling roadblock. And the reason they do that is because people will run up to the shoulder, get as far as they can, and cut back into traffic.
Back in.
Which perpetuates the backup.
Yep.
You're exactly right.
So maybe, but had you known that there was an exit up ahead, are the trucks still doing it? Like, did they not know there was an exit up ahead, or they didn't care?
That's a common sense thing. Most truck drivers don't have that.
So I understand. I understand the mindset. I understand the mindset. If you, like you said, Preston, if you can see it, if you know that that's the exit up there, then that's a gray area. And I don't think most truck drivers would do this. But in this case, and because I think we all get pissed off by the person who's running that like it's their own lane and their Jaguar. And so that's your reaction against that, right, Supone?
Yep.
Yep. All right. Thanks, good buddy. We'll see you. I hate it. I haven't. And then I do a quick moral check. Am I going to block them or not? You know what I mean? Am I going to pull out and be that guy? Because, dude, in the day and age of road rage,
you could get shot.
Is it worth it?
Do you agree with this text, Preston? Because I don't think I do.
All right. Text says, dick move by truckers. They are slow to accelerate compared to the way any normal-sized vehicle can. So if the cars go around them, they won't lose much. They won't lose much time at all, if any, in a jam. That said, I would only do it to take an exit. This person would. No, I disagree. Like he said, it exacerbates the traffic problem. They move up ahead. But then they still got to merge back in, and it's still contributing to the traffic problem.
You're causing confusion, and you're causing what could be a potential accident.
They are just looking to save a minute or two on their own time. Right. And, I hate that.
I literally saw, and right in front of me, on City Line, because there's a lot of construction up there.
Yeah.
Two guys in two separate cars. I've never seen a more dangerous weaving in and out. I mean,
cat and mouse. Were they
mouse?
They were going after each other.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Weaving in and out, high speed, inches from the cars that they're darting in and out of. And then the thing that my perception is, they won't be an accident. They will cause the accident.
Yeah, right. Yeah, probably. You just got to hope that somebody who does that does it a lot, and that they're eventually going to get caught.
So Chuck, when he comes into work in the morning, he comes down 76 and he gets off at the Montgomery exit, and he says every single morning people will go down the right shoulder of the exit and then cut over and make a left onto I guess it's Montgomery or whatever. He's like every single morning it happens.
Man, I can't stand it.
That's why we all need CB radios.
We got to get back on that, man.
But you know what?
Good buddy, what's your 20?
Yeah.
I feel like, because I have made mistakes, and I've
regrets. You've had a few.
I've had a few. No, I've accidentally been the a-hole, right? And I feel like we need to sort of give everybody grace, because you don't the a-hole move that so and so just made. It might have been an accident. You know what I mean?
I have a perfect example of what you're talking about. Going up bridge. You know when they strip the road down and then the manhole covers become inordinately high?
Right.
Yep. So I'm going up bridge, going up bridge into Roxborough, and this guy is like, comes weaving around me, and I'm like, I'm on his ass. I'm like, you son of a bitch. and I get up to the light, and he's right next to me, and I go, I roll down the window, and I go, what the F? And he goes, I couldn't figure out where to go. And I'm like, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I actually said to him, I said, okay, we're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because, yes, I get it now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, though? Like, we complain all the time about, truckers on the roads and the things that they do that piss us off. Like, this is their thing with us.
Yeah.
Oh, when you're driving something that's that many tons, and for the most part, if you work with the truckers, road travel will be much easier.
Yeah, so we got a video yesterday from Nick Murphy. I'm not going to say the name of the company, right?
Oh, yeah.
But Nick Murphy was in a situation in South Philadelphia where he was at an intersection where, listen, it's the law in Philadelphia. Don't block the box.
Right.
That's what they say. Don't
And
block
in
the
sex.
box. And so he showed a picture of the situation that he was in where he was at the intersection and he chose not to go into the intersection.
There were
was
already cars blocking the box.
Blocking the box. And he didn't want to block the box
Can't
anymore.
do it.
Guy behind him took exception to that, right? And he gets out and starts screaming and yelling at him.
Yeah.
We know who the guy is.
We know who the guy is.
We know who the
Write
guy
it down.
is.
Wait, the guy in the we knew the guy?
Yeah. He owns
I'll
a
show you.
business, and
I'll write it down.
Yeah. Oh, and wait, but don't put it on camera.
I won't.
Okay.
I won't.
Hold it up to the camera.
Yeah, okay.
Steve.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
And I was like,
Oh man.
We like this guy.
got out. He was yelling at him, and he's like, "Boy, you can go through there, go." And it's just like,
I saw the video when he posted it. I didn't recognize him, but other people did.
Yes.
And they let Nick know. And it's just like, man, you run that risk.
I was in the exact same situation, heading over to, I think it was to the man, and so I had to leave space so that people could get through that intersection.
Yeah.
Right.
The guy behind me gets out, comes up to the car. I look like a serial killer in life in general.
Yeah.
But I get out and he's looking at me and I'm like, you're going to yell at me? And he's coming up to the side of the car. And at the same time, I'm wearing a T-shirt for my wife's charity. And I'm like, if I throw down here, and then, Steve Morrison of the Preston.
I know. That has crossed my mind. There's been a couple of times when I wanted to make a stink about something, and I'm like, you can't.
Right.
Yep.
That's all they need.
I'll get in trouble.
A charity that benefits animals slit the throat of a man caught in traffic.
And listen, technology in cars these days is it's so crazy. There's so much technology out there. I just want automakers, please create 2 different horn sounds. So
the nice one.
The nice one. Just a little, know, when the light turns green. Yeah, hey.
Or the punctuation.
Hey. Because even if you are just kind of trying to alert the person in front of you that the light turned green, it sounds aggressive. And they, our manufacturers really need to change
Well, you
that.
try the little tap, like the gentle tap.
Yeah. You try, but like, dude.
Or rear end them.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we have a Jeep, and when you hit it, no, it's not that. It's not that. But it doesn't. It's got a half second longer length on it than I want. It's not a beep. It's like a bam. And I'm like, a little less than that.
I didn't mean that.
I didn't mean that.
How quick are you on the horn? I try to give a good grace period.
I give a grace period.
Yeah.
I absolutely give a grace period.
Because we've all had that.
And
3 seconds.
Yesterday I had to give a little nudge, and I made sure that it was the short tap. But I'll wait. I'll make sure.
Would there be should car dealers install one of those clown horns on the side of the car so you
actually physically squeeze it? It would look cool too. I haven't done it. I remember being with Frenzo at one time, and just for fun, like the second the light turns green.
Also, people that have that on their cars, the
actual train horn.
Yeah, you're an a-hole.
Oh my God,
I hate it.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. It's
pretty funny.
Yeah, it is kind of funny. The videos out there of people being scared by them is pretty funny. All right, well, anyhow, listen, don't Don't go on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Unless you absolutely have to.
Just reach for your gun.
And also, if you are one who normally pulls out and blocks people from doing that, try to look ahead and see if there's an exit. They may just be trying to get off to avoid the traffic.
Exactly.
And they're actually going to loosen up things behind as well.
And it is the law. You cannot block the intersection. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't
so
block.
don't get
Don't block
testy
the
with
box.
people that don't block. Yeah.
Don't get mad at somebody. Quickly, I want to move on to something else, and then we're gonna break and come back and get to the Connoisseur. But Punk's Tawny Phil.
Yes,
it's done.
All right, what happened?
He's
dead.
It has been finished. And he's not dead.
They took him off life support.
Rest in peace.
His widow was by his side.
Oh, man.
He did not see his shadow.
Which means?
That means that, no, he didn't die.
Oh, he did.
It means country can expect above average temperatures for the next 6 weeks.
Which is actually panning out. I think it was Cecily was talking about the long-term remaining weeks of February and that we're supposed to have a slightly higher temperature.
We should have Cecily crawl out of a hole.
Yeah, right.
And
more people want to watch that.
So I would definitely be much more attentive if it were Cecily Tynan coming out of the hole.
I look a mess.
By the way, they have a new weather gal over there.
Oh yeah, what's her name?
6ABC. I don't know. I saw it was when we had Victor in here from Philly Mag yesterday. We pulled up their social media, and it's one of their posts. She's a new gal, very attractive blonde girl.
Garina Lauer.
No, it's not Garina Lauer.
That sounds like Gary Lauer.
Peyton Domschik, I guess is how you say it. Domschke?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you would say that, yeah.
Peyton Domschke. I love that name.
Peyton, well, we had an intern who's one of our favorites, Peyton. And that is a wonderful name.
Love that name, Peyton. But she was named after...
Peyton Place?
Walter Payton.
Walton Goggins.
No, not Walton. Walter Payton.
Walter Matthau.
She was named after one of the football players.
Walter Payton.
Was it Walter Payton?
It was, yes, but I totally tripped over what I was trying to say.
Wait,
Walton Goggins.
Our Payton was named after...
this Payton.
Oh,
Weather,
that Payton.
Weather Payton.
Yeah, Peyton was named after Walter Goggins.
Peyton, I love that name. Where did you get that?
My parents were big fans of Walter Goggins.
What?
Oh, and they were also LSD addicts.
I smell a lesson question.
All right. Write that one down.
So yes, he saw his shadow or did not see his shadow, and that means that winter's going to end early. Supposedly. By the way, Steve had pulled up, and I'll do this very quickly. There are a couple of other groundhogs in our area.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. There's the Long Island one, right?
Yeah,
well,
there's one
even
around the country.
closer. There's one
Okay.
called Tinnicum Tim.
Tinnicum Tim.
From Delco?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just a guy.
How many teeth does he
Just a
have?
guy. So Tinnicum, it says hundreds of people stood around a hole at the John Hines Wildlife Refuge in Southwest Philly on Saturday to serenade a groundhog puppet named Tinnicum Tim out of his burrow.
Shut up.
By singing "Wake Up, Little Timmy."
I was not familiar.
No.
I do love that nature preserve. It is phenomenal. You've all been? Have you been
Yeah.
out there?
That's,
It's amazing.
There's bald eagles in that there.
Osprey.
Yeah.
And apparently, I kid you not, Steve sent this over, Harleysville Hank.
Oh, my God.
Is it real? A real one or a puppet?
It's something that they
It's
do.
not even a puppet. It's a stuffed groundhog that they have at the Mennonite Heritage Center.
You should go do it.
I love it.
MC it. You could be the
Oh, my God. You would, yeah.
the Bill Murray of the event.
Yeah, you'd be like the
I don't know if
The celebrity.
The handler.
The Mennonites probably don't like us very much. I don't know. But it's at the Nice Barn at the Mennonite Heritage Center. And
It's a nice barn.
He's a, let me see here. He is he's like a stuffed groundhog.
I don't know. I think Mennonites might like us.
You think so?
Yeah,
Why
I mean, we
wouldn't
have
they?
priests that like us, and you have
That's
priests
true.
delivering sermons about us and whatnot.
That's true. But he's a stuffed animal groundhog. Harleysville Hank. And
I think it's kind of funny.
there's Pata Pagoda in Reading. Patty Pagoda, which is a groundhog mascot.
Named after the pagoda in Reading. You guys know that? Like up on the hill. So if you're driving 422 west, and Reading will end up being on the right-hand side of the road. If you look back and over your shoulder,
Yes.
There's a hill there, and there's the Reading Pagoda. It's like a landmark for Reading.
I've always wondered what that was.
Yeah. You can. It's a tourist attraction at this point. I think, Steve, at one point there was a restaurant up there. I'm not sure what it is now. It might have closed during the pandemic. But anyway,
best falafel in town.
You can hike up there and explore the pagoda, and that's who this creature is named.
Was that where the piercing pagoda started?
No. Piercing pagoda. And then there's Dover Doug.
Okay.
Yeah.
Delaware.
In Dover, Delaware. He is in a red T-shirt and adorned with his name. He's a groundhog mascot.
He's a pantsless hobo.
Delivers his prediction.
Look at my balls.
So I don't know
I
don't know what all of them saw, but is that the Reading Pagoda?
Yeah, it's really cool
Oh my
looking.
God, that's like a real looking Japanese pagoda.
Yeah, it's very visible. So
Wow.
next time you drive out that way, you can see it. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
You can hike up there and everything.
Okay. All right.
And then there's the Owen Wilson in Schuylkill.
Oh, I don't see my shadow. You know what? In honor of Punxsutawney Phil, let us not forget about this.
Tonight on Extra, an exclusive interview with Groundhog Punxsutawney Phil.
You know, in the beginning it was different. You know, there was importance to it. You know, if I saw my shadow, it made a difference. It meant something. It meant something to the farmers and to the people who relied on this information. And it could make or break people. That was before though, and now it's changed. You know, I mean, I can't complain because it's just the nature of things. But now it's it's entertainment. It's a big deal. You know, lights and media and all the coverage, and it's just not the same. You know, I come out, and hey, comes the groundhog. I look at my shadow. Whoa, it's there. You know, whoa, it's not there. Whoa, I'm gonna do a little pirouette for you. Applaud. Whoa, I'm furry. Love me. And then I go back in the hole. And that's what it's all about. You know, it's a gig. It's a good gig, and it's just not like it used to be.
The introspective side of Punxsutawney Phil tonight on Extra.
Don't miss that special on Extra tonight, by the way. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second, and we will do Connoisseur with giveaways.
Yes.
All that good stuff. And what?
Mini Melts.
Yes, we have to try our new flavor of Mini Melts. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Preston.
And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
All right. Thank you very much, Kath. Let's see. Just a reminder. And you know what? First, I will announce the fact that we are now going to do the Connoisseur segment. And I thought it might be an opportune time to reiterate the fact that we have the Preston and Steve third Soup Bowl taking place 1 week from today. And you can enter in this if you are a restaurant. And the soup's got to be your thing. It's got to be like the star on your menu. That's what we want. And you can enter and possibly stop by here, be one of our finalists next Friday, and bring your soup with you. We're going to have a panel of judges in the studio.
Oh, yes.
And we'll crown the winner of the Soup Bowl.
And learned judges. And I would say this, Preston, with the way this Eagle season broke, more people will be interested in the Soup Bowl
yes.
than the actual Super Bowl.
Than the Super Bowl.
Totally.
And the whole thing started because you can't, when it comes to promotions and things, you can't actually say the word Super Bowl. So we decided, all right, we'll do the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So we did it. We suck it. We'll do the Super Bowl. We're working on maybe like a halftime show and some other things.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see how it all rolls out. But that's going to be next week. But you go to PrestonandSteve.com and enter. And if you own a restaurant or a manager or you can make that call, we would like for you to do that and be a part of this whole thing. I would like to mention the Connoisseur is brought to you by Mini Melts.
Yay!
Mini Melts ice cream. We have a new flavor. Do we want to try it now?
I want it.
I apologize, Marissa. I didn't let you know we were doing this. I'd like to apologize.
He wants it.
To Marissa. And today, straight ahead, it's wonderful. We're just having chocolate ice cream.
Wow, foundation. That's my jam.
Cannot go wrong with the Mini Melt chocolate. Marissa. This looks great. You can throw the Mini Melts around. All right. Keep shaking that thing, man. That way I can have a bite.
You can have a bite while we shake.
Oh, shake your Mini Melts. Shake your Mini Melts.
It's fantastic. It's just yummy, rich, awesome chocolate ice cream. That's all there is to it. So,
now that I finally know where the freezer is, which you can find in your 7-Elevens and Wawas, that I've actually picked up a few.
Very good. All right.
I
What do you
love
guys
it.
think? What's that?
I love it. It's so good.
It is really, it was pathetic because, like, we look at each other, we go, I really like it. Yeah, I know.
Yep. Mini Melts, by the way, is gluten-free, soy-free, egg-free, sesame-free, peanut, and tree nut-free. So it is free of the most common food allergens, but what it's full of is flavor, my friend. So velvety smooth because it's made from some of the finest chocolate around. And if you're a purist and you love chocolate, this Mini Melts ice cream flavor is the one for you. And you can find their chocolate flavor in locations such as, remember we were going to have music underneath this? Do you still have
Chocolate.
Yes.
Okay.
I gotta find it. I forget what I did with it. How about that?
Well, yeah, it's Ted Lasso music. Why not?
Why not?
You can find it at 7-Eleven stores and Gloucester Premium Outlets in their vending machine.
In Ted Lasso, the original sign read, "Believe in Mini Melts," that he put up over his door.
Oh, it wasn't just believe. It would believe in me. One of you guys needs to talk.
All right, go ahead, man. We'll talk. Kathy, tell us about your truck driving years and what your handle was on the CB.
We could have saved that for here while you guys ate.
Right.
I could have told my story.
Kathy is the large Marge of the Preston and Steve show.
Dude, this is wonderful. And keep in mind, they're single servings. They come with a spoon inside, but you've got to get it at its own special freezer because it's frozen at a much, much lower temperature than your average ice cream.
Well,
So-
you may walk past it not realizing what it is, but it's usually right up front. It is a top opening freezer.
Yep. Unfortunately, we have one here. About to get a second one, I hear,
That's
right?
what I heard.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you, Mini Melts. We love you. All right. Now I have some connoisseur stores that we can get into. So we'll start with this. A poll by YouGov ranked the most popular dining brands in the fourth quarter of 2023. And the results were quite surprising.
I was surprised.
Oh, man.
What?
It's an ice cream place. And we just had Mini Melts as our sponsor.
Yeah, but it's
something
not.
else.
Yeah,
What's that?
lie.
No.
Yeah.
Number one, Mini Melts.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Baskin Robbins.
Ah.
I was quite surprised.
Which was supposed to be weird because they're mostly food places, like standard meal places.
Yeah, these are just straight up, most popular dining brands. And number one, actually, the top few are ice cream, Baskin Robbins, and then Dairy Queen.
So, tell me how Baskin Robbins is related to Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Because
like why are
what
they
makes
always?
They're in the same store a lot of the time. There's a
They always split.
right, and
That's
so,
a good question because it's like we used to call the Kentucky Fried Taco Hut.
Yeah.
When you would define the three Kentucky Fried Chicken, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut locations that were all in one
Right.
shot. They're probably owned by the same company.
It says its sibling brand is Dunkin' Donuts. to
Sibling
Baskin Robbins.
brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't quite know what that means.
Dunkin's in the list.
So in the 1970s, Baskin Robbins went international and opened locations in Japan, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, and Australia as well. But they, you know what I did not know is that the 31 flavors, anybody know why they came up with 31 flavors?
Stations of the Cross?
No.
32 would have seemed desperate.
Nope, because you could always have a different flavor every day of the month. And it was founded by Bert Baskin and Irv Robbins. They were brothers-in-law.
Do they come in handy little containers with their own spoon?
They don't.
Then they can
and
go
they're
to
not,
hell.
They're not frozen at a super low temperature either. So suck it. Third on this list was Wendy's.
Oh.
Then you have Cinnabon, Krispy Kreme, Taco Bell, KFC, Subway. McDonald's you don't get down till 16 on this list, which if you're going to throw Wendy's and these other places around, I'm surprised at that. Number 9 is Olive Garden. There's your first kind of sit-down restaurant.
That's a real Italian restaurant.
That's on here. Followed by Dunkin', then Chili's, IHOP, Outback Steakhouse, Denny's. Number 15 is the Cheesecake Factory. Number 16 is McDonald's. And then you have Five Guys, A&W restaurants, Red Lobster, and Pizza Hut. And that makes up the top 20.
Okay, do you think there's a big full-throated press to get in and out on the East Coast?
I would love that.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'm using another good burger joint.
Yeah, but I kind of like having some separation in the country. Like, I like regional. Yes, because like there's something special about having Wawa around here. And when it expands everywhere, like I applaud them as a corporation because I like them. But like, Steve, I know exactly where the two In-N-Outs are when I go to Los Angeles. When I get off the plane, I know if I go in one direction, it's 4 blocks, and if I go in the other direction, it's 3. And so I like sort of having the specialty, even if it's a fast food place, have it be only in one spot.
And there's also Wawa is our thing, but there's also in the perception. Well, now will the quality drop? No, Wawa is there's a uniformity. That's why they succeed. In and Out, I love In and Out. I think they're great as well. But yeah, I guess there's something to be said for that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyhow, Inspire Brands owns. Are these the people that own Baskin Robbins? They own Arby's, Buffalo Wild Wings, Jimmy John's, Sonic,
and Raytheon,
and Baskin Robbins and Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
So they've got their hands in a whole bunch of stuff. So, but nonetheless, that's apparently the most popular dining brands of the last part of last year.
It's pretty wild. I mean, during the pandemic period, certain places just skyrocketed. Wendy's, I remember would be blown away seeing the lines in the drive-thru for Wendy's.
Really?
I had no idea it was that popular.
Okay. All right. Well, let's play a movie clip that has to do with food and see if you can identify what movie it is. Listen closely. Here we go.
Pastry?
No, we're just setting up.
Pastry, Larry, take your pick. Thanks, Phil. Raspberry, great.
All right. 215-263-WMMR. What movie is that from? Order up.
Okay, this isn't working for some reason.
What happened?
Okay.
Oh, man. It's frozen.
Do you want a smoochie?
Just like our mini notes. There you go. Thank you, Casey.
This is good.
You were going to sing it for me. All right. Chipotle is hiring 19,000 workers in preparation for burrito season.
Burrito season.
Isn't that all year? When's
burrito season runs from March through May, Kathy.
Oh.
So outside of that time, you can't get a burrito at Chipotle?
Nope. According to Square data, burrito sales increased 20% during that time.
It's not that you can't get it. I think they're hiring more employees. You can get a burrito at Chipotle whenever you want.
Yeah, I'm saying that just sales of burritos go up 20% in this time frame. So that's why
it's
they call
it a natural sales
burrito
bump.
season. Yeah.
That's probably the restaurant that my family and I go to the most often.
Really?
Yeah, and it's because my daughter is a vegetarian and she likes a sofritas bowl. And so,
the vegetarian. Casey, are you a fan overall? Because you're also a Taco Bell guy.
I am. I'm a fan. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not going to be honest with you. So never mind.
Okay.
But I am a fan. I like it less today than I liked it when I first started going there.
Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies.
Yeah.
As according to Kyle Murray of the University of Alberta, he said, as you get more sunlight on a particular day or week, people's negative emotions, this has to do with happier moods linked to burrito sales.
Wow.
People's negative emotions start to decrease, and then they spend more money. And why do burrito sales dip after May? It could be because Chipotle locations near colleges do better business during the academic year.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you talk about location and where they will place these things, there's so much science that goes into that.
You know that it started at the University of Denver. Chipotle did, yeah.
Oh.
And the reason why is because it was a college town. So they had success as a result.
I wonder, Nick, to that point, what are the restaurants or fast food places that benefit the most from being in proximity to colleges?
Right. I remember, I didn't realize until several years ago, a friend of mine whose daughter was his daughter was about ready to, she was like a high school senior age or something like that. And apparently Chipotle was the place to go and hang out.
Yeah, sure.
Because it was, number one, it was casual, but it had seating and good, inexpensive food, and you could sit down and spend some time there. And I didn't know it was like a hang for that age
We
group,
talked
but
about it.
very
Yeah.
much so.
It'd
yeah.
become a huge thing.
We had a burrito place at Westchester, and I remember when
Jake
it
Bergey's place.
Yeah, it was called Burrito Loco, and I remember when it opened, like it was the place was packed.
Yeah.
Starting probably, I mean, I'm sure they were open all day, but like 2 a.m. it was like a new hangout.
Kathy, it was right by the Rat, wasn't it?
It was next to, you left the Rat, you walked just slightly around the corner and went through their door.
Man, there would be huge lines.
Huge
there.
lines. We would hang out there
Yep.
afterwards.
And outside of Pennsylvania, don't most Chipotles serve alcohol? Like you can go into a Chipotle and get a beer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Are they margaritas?
They should, Kat.
I hope so.
They are. So I'm a burrito bowl guy. Are you guys bowl?
Yeah, I
or-
like bowls.
Yeah,
I'm not a good bowler.
No.
Yeah.
You've been practicing though.
Yeah, I like the bowls.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I don't do the regular torpedo burrito.
Oh, I see what you're
anymore.
saying.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
I mean,
I probably do a classic burrito.
I do like a regular burrito, but I also like the bowls case.
I like the burrito, Casey, because you can guarantee you're going to have every bit of the food that's been served to you.
Right.
If you get the bowl, there's going to be scraps left alongside the bowl.
Who's getting
that's
the
a-
waste?
yeah.
You're just lying to yourself.
Yeah, it's like having CC and a BB. You're getting clam chowder in a bread bowl. You know you're going to eat all of it.
CC and BB.
See to BB.
So, by the way, burrito season again is March through May. So it's coming up in a month or so. Just a heads up on that.
So excited.
All right, let's see if somebody knows what movie this clip is from.
Pastry.
No, we're just setting up.
Pastry, Larry, take your pick. Thanks, Phil. Raspberry, great.
All right, let's go to Noel. Hey, Noel, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Wonderful, sir. What movie is that from?
It's a very timely movie. It is from Groundhog Day.
Well done, sir. That means you win a prize. Here's what we have for you.
For you, Noel or Noel, you have a pair of tickets to see The Impractical Jokers, the Drive Tour, and that's going to be the 6 p.m. show on Saturday, July 13th at Ovation Hall at Ocean Casino Resort. Now, tickets for the two shows that evening go on sale today at 10 a.m. via theoceanac.com.
All right, here's our next clip. What movie is this food clip from, my friend?
I have been stabbed, shot, poisoned, frozen, hung, electrocuted, and burned.
Oh, really?
And every morning I wake up without a scratch on me, not a dent in the fender. I am an immortal.
Special today is blueberry waffles.
All right. 215-263-WMMR. Order up! Get out of my way. All right. You guys heard of burn away cakes?
No.
This is really interesting, and it's become a trend on social media.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You've seen it. Okay. So it is the top layer of a cake. They actually light it on fire, and it burns away, and it reveals another image beneath it.
Like Jesus?
Could be, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Burn away cakes have gotten over 174 million views on TikTok. Not only does the trend offer an immediate sense of drama, but the reveal also lends itself to all kinds of occasions, including birthdays, New Year's, and yes, gender reveals as well. So an Ontario-based baker, Namaya Navrantaraja, or Taraja, creates content as Cakes by Nams, popularized the trend on TikTok, although she clarifies that she didn't invent the decoration style. I didn't invent it!
I saw a car fire, but there was no hidden picture or message.
So she first saw the idea from cake maker Denise Stewart, who made a New Year's themed burn away cake for a partnership with the Edible Ink and paper brand Paper to Eat in mid-December. So other videos show that the technique has been around for at least a few years, but now it's catching on. So, and in fact, there was Ellen DeGeneres had a burn away cake during a write-up not that long ago in People. So
we're looking at one right now.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
And so, the picture is revealed underneath. There's writing on top.
Yeah, or you can have another image on.
So if you, in this, in lieu of candles.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you can't blow this out.
Right.
It's got to burn all the way out.
Yeah, but instead of lighting the candles, you just light the whole cake.
Yeah.
I'm going to predict, Nick, write this down.
Okay.
That this fades away very quickly.
Oh, why?
House fires.
No, I just don't think it's as glamorous as the elaborate cake decorating and all of that stuff. This isn't really that. This isn't pretty.
And how are they achieving this?
Yeah, but something really pretty could be underneath there.
Maybe. I'm just listen. Just let me give a prediction. I think this isn't going to actually become a huge thing.
Well, how do we determine whether or not you're correct?
Just Take her word for
Casey, I mean, Nick, I'm going to be right.
Okay.
So here's how this works. The frosted cake is first topped with an image that's printed onto a white icing frosting sheet, which is when you get, like a photo or something like that put on the cake. That's what they put it on. This is the image that will be revealed. The cake is then piped with a frosting border and then topped with a thin sheet of rice paper or wafer paper onto which the primary image is printed. And this two-layer design allows the reveal to unfold. The wafer paper burns easily because it's made of starch oil.
Yeah.
While the thicker sugar-based frosting sheet will remain unaffected.
Interesting.
Is it going to taste like?
No, I don't think so.
burning.
Yeah, it burns away.
Okay.
The frosting border between the two layers not only attaches them to each other, but also leaves a slight gap so that the wafer paper has room to burn. And this gap is also why burn-away cakes tend to have an additional ring of decorative frosting on the outside of the cake, since that frosting fills the gap in.
Could they do that with like a T-bone steak?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They haven't tried that yet.
Is this a picture?
I wonder if you could do it like with a marshmallow topping.
Yeah.
And burn it like you would burn a marshmallow that at a campfire or whatever, and have it burn away that way.
Those definitely catch on fire.
Yeah.
Could you use this, honestly, if you had to subpoena someone? Or
like that's the way.
Serve them.
Yeah, serve them.
You've been
Like,
served.
we have something for you.
Yeah.
Just burn the top of the cake and we'll wait here.
Yep, I like that. All right, let's see if you know what movie. Yeah,
sorry.
it's okay.
Another
All right, what movie this is from?
I have been stabbed, shot, poisoned, frozen, hung, electrocuted, and burned.
Oh, really?
And every morning I wake up without a scratch on me, not a dent in the fender. I am an immortal.
Special today is blueberry waffles.
All right, we're going to go to Debbie. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, bitches.
Hey, bitch. What movie is that from?
Groundhog Day.
Oh, my God, you're right.
Wow, crazy.
Look at that. Here's what we have for you.
You have our final pair of tickets to see the Impractical Jokers, the Drive Tour. And these are for the 6 p.m. show on Saturday, July 13th at Ovation Hall at Ocean Casino Resort. Tickets for that show and the other show goes on sale today at 10 a.m. at theoceanac.com.
All right, Kathy?
Preston, speaking of cakes and cupcakes and bakeries, did you see that Kriebel's Bakery closed?
What?
Yes.
No.
They supplied the cupcakes for the wedding.
I know.
Yeah.
So she closed. I believe it's completely shut down. She is going back to wherever she went to school. She's now going to be an instructor at that school.
Culinary school?
Yeah. So she closed down bakery. I don't know. Is it
school?
bakery school? I don't know.
A bakery?
Yes. So she shut down so that she said this was something she always wanted to do, and they came to her, and so that's what she's going to do now.
Wow.
But their cream puffs are
I know.
so good. Oh, my God.
I know.
Colleen,
She
I'm
was the
sorry to
best.
hear that. I love her. Oh, man, that's too bad.
I know,
She was
I
on
know.
like Cake Wars and all that stuff. Okay. All right. Well, so I would say thanks for sharing, but no.
But you're upset
How
about
dare
it.
you?
Friggin' aspirations, right?
All right. Well, we're going to play another clip and see if somebody can identify what movie this is from.
Yeah, 3 cheeseburgers, 2 large fries, 2 chocolate shakes, 1 large Coke. And some flapjacks. Too early for flapjacks?
All right. 215-263-WMMR. What movie? All right. Order up. Let's talk restaurants. I know we had Victor Fiorello in here yesterday, and we talked about Philadelphia restaurants, top 50 restaurants in Philly Mag, which is a great article, great, not the
List.
word. No.
What?
Sababa?
Issue.
Okay,
God.
issue.
You know, the word, when you want it,
It's not there.
it goes away.
It's not there.
That's what I wanted.
All right.
So
It's a great issue.
difficult.
We got it.
All right. So, Nation's Restaurant News ranked Gen Z's top restaurant chains.
Gen Z's
Yes.
top, and this is different, obviously, than the earlier list you had.
Correct. So these are more sit down restaurants.
Right.
All right, how old are you for Gen Z?
You know what? I don't know.
10 to Z.
Somebody want to look that up? 10
Yes.
to Z.
Born between 1996 and 2010.
Okay. 1996 and 2010. All right. So.
Oh, that's me.
So it's the younger crew. And they did it in 2 categories: full service, which are sit down spots with a server, or limited service, which is more of a fast food counter or drive through place. So Gen Z's top full service restaurant chains are.
Drum roll.
Seasons 52.
Seasons 52.
That is number 1, by the way.
I like that place.
I've never been.
It's good.
One I've been to is in King of Prussia.
Yes. That's the only one I've been. That's the only one I know of.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then you have First Watch.
Ooh, I dig me some First Watch.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know First Watch.
There's one in Wynwood and
breakfast and lunch mostly. Brunch. Yeah, there's one in Wynwood Case. There's one in Villanova. There's one in Gateway Shopping Center.
Okay.
That's good breakfast spot.
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
That's
is
a
next.
Gen Z popular one?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow.
I got Gen Z. Wow.
Well, it's not really that good.
Shut up, man. It's their steaks are fantastic. I know you're doing it just to nudge me.
Oh, she's good at that, man.
Their steaks are good. Cracker Barrel is next after
Gen
that.
Z? Wow.
Yeah, wow. Then you have Chewy's Tex-Mex, Carrabba's Italian Grill,
I do like Carrabba's.
Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen.
Ooh, I want to go
Yeah,
there.
see, some of these I don't know.
Cheddar.
Chili's Grill and Bar, and the Brass Tap. So a few
Not
of these
familiar.
aren't in
Yeah,
our
they're not
area.
this area.
Yeah. Gen Z's favorite quick serve restaurants, and there's a bunch on here. I don't know. Dutch Brothers Coffee,
No, I'm not familiar. I assume it was started by Dutch Brothers.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Oh, sure, yeah. There's a few of those around here.
Okay. Torchy's Tacos.
What the hell?
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Nuke's Eatery.
Everything's made with radiation.
It's spelled N-E-W-K.
L.A. Louche.
L.A. Louche.
Nuke.
Oh, nice. Smoothie King.
Now, there's only one of those around here that I'm aware of. It's on Westchester Pike in Havertown. But I didn't realize they were big enough of a corporation to. I mean, they sponsor where the New Orleans Pelicans play,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. They have an arena. I think, Casey, maybe they had a bowl this year, too.
Yeah.
A college
The
football
Smoothie King Bowl?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cold Stone Creamery is
right.
next.
There used to be a whole bunch of those. Is there still that one in the King
of Prussia Mall? I don't know.
I don't
Upstairs?
think so.
No?
Yeah. I don't think it's there anymore. I may be way off on that, but I thought that it had moved on, but I'm not 100% sure. There's one in Lansdale. I know that. Jamba Smoothies.
Jamba Juice, right?
Yep. Rubio's Coastal Grill, and then Jason's Deli. So these are the ones according to this particular
What was that one?
survey.
It was the mall near Y100.
Right around Mall?
You got to run mall. Was it
Baines?
Baines.
Baines Deli.
That was a chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that in the Oxford Valley Mall, too.
They were good. Oh.
What would you like on your sandwich?
I'm sorry, I
afraid
can't-
I cannot supply that. It's part of my New World Order. Fries up!
We got a new world order here.
New World Order.
New World Order up.
See, what was yours is now everyone.
I remember at the time, and we were working at Y100, and it was
Wait 1 second, please, Preston. Can we get some more pickles up here?
it was in the beginning of our career together, and I just remember Baines being like almost out of my price range.
Yeah.
It was,
You're like,
It was a little pricier.
I'm gonna
Oh, I'm sorry for you, poor radio man. Perhaps the New World Order will benefit you more.
All right, let's see if someone knows what movie this is from.
3 cheeseburgers, 2 large fries, 2 chocolate shakes, 1 large Coke. And some flapjacks. Too early for flapjacks?
All right, we'll go to John. Hi, John.
Yes.
What movie's it from?
Groundhog's Day.
You're kidding me. Yeah, that's correct. Absolutely. See what we're doing here? All right, Case, what do we have?
John, you got a pair of passes for an advanced screening of Lisa Frankenstein, the latest coming-of-age film from Focus Features, and our friend Diablo Cody is the one who wrote this film. And the screening is going to be on Monday, February 5th at 7 p.m. at the PFS East Theater on 2nd Street. And you can go to WMMR.com for another chance to win tickets.
Well, I wonder what movie this clip will be from.
Can I buy you a drink?
Okay.
Jim Beam, ice, water. For you, miss?
Sweet vermouth in the rocks with a twist, please.
I love the way he orders that because he puts his hand up next to the glass. He goes, Jim Beam, ice, water. I love that. All right, we will go through another story here. All right, this is pretty weird. If you need a reason to order a Bloody Mary, this is a surprising study that will cause you to get one from Cornell University. They found that drinking tomato juice could help defeat salmonella.
Which is a raging problem across the United States.
About 1 in 25 packages of chicken contains salmonella, but cooking the meat at a proper temperature kills that bacteria. However, drinking tomato juice stops the typhi type of salmonella, which causes vomiting and diarrhea.
So I'm a big fan of tomato juice and often have it. If I'm not, I always eat my vegetables as well. But if I'm not really that up for the vegetables at a particular meal, I will have my tomato juice.
Yeah, so also tomato juice, if you get sprayed by a skunk,
Yes.
If you bathe yourself with tomato juice, it'll get rid of the smell.
Right.
Yeah, it takes a few times.
Okay.
Yeah, it like the first, but it's an effective way to eliminate the odor.
And I also heard, well, what is the other thing you're supposed to bathe in with if you get sprayed by
There's like a whole bunch of. I don't think any of it actually works.
The tomato juice is the acidity in there that's supposed to counteract that, but I don't know.
I was walking into the orthodontist with my daughter the other day, and when we got out of the car, it smelled like skunk, and I was like, "Oh, there's a skunk around here," and we're walking past this bush, and I just was like, "Oh my God, there it is!" And I scared the absolute hell out of her. It was so funny.
This has been Memories with Casey. Record those, please, before you do it, so we can see it.
Yes, definitely.
Well, it was so impromptu. Yeah.
Okay. I hear you.
Salmonella infects 1.3 million people every year. Last year, the United States experienced a salmonella outbreak. As you were saying, Steve, it's been a problem.
Yep.
Linked to pre-cut fruit. I don't know how salmonella gets in the pre-cut stuff.
How does this happen? And then the other stuff, you have salmonella with the bagged salads.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
what
always,
in the who?
It's always some kind of produce that it ends up in. So, but I don't know if it's a cure. Like if all of a sudden you have salmonella and you just drink tomato juice.
You have a boner.
But
why?
I'm always looking for a plus.
Okay. But try it if you find your next time you have salmonella. Try that. All right. Let's see if somebody knows what movie this clip's from.
Can I buy you a drink?
Okay.
Jim Beam, ice, water.
For you, miss?
Sweet vermouth on the rocks with a twist, please.
All right. We'll go to Mary. Hi there, Mary.
Hi.
Hi, Mary. What movie?
I'm gonna say Groundhog Day.
Well, where did you get that from? Yes, Mary. Correct. Hang on. Here's what we got, boy.
Mary's going to join us, and she's got a pair of passes for Preston and Steve's sorority Galentine's Day party. That's going to be Tuesday, February 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Jack's Bar and Grill inside Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. She can enjoy a complimentary first drink and happy hour buffet activities and prizes. This is a 21-plus event, ladies only, and you can go to WMMR.com for another chance to win your way
see you
in.
there, Mary.
All right, let's do one more movie clip. And Case, you're going to pick one?
Yeah, I got this one here.
All right, what movie is this from?
Oh my God, he is having a heart attack. Do something. What should I do? Call 411 and ambulance, a lawyer, doctor, anything. Oh my God.
If you're gonna eat steak, get some sharper teeth, all right? Enjoy your meal.
Oh, thank you.
All right, 215-263-WMMR. Let's see if you know. Order up. All right, we're going to end with this one. Burger King confirmed the release of 2 new menu items with more big news to come next week. One limited time product, and actually this sounds pretty good. A sweet bacon-heavy twist on the classic Whopper. It's already available at restaurants. It started just 2 days ago, while a spicy update to its crispy fish sandwich is set for next month. So the news of the new items was anticipated by fans after the popular food and snack news account Snackalator posted about the upcoming burger, along with food influencer Marky Devo.
Marky Devo, of course.
And for now, here's what we know about the new candied bacon Whopper.
All right.
Oh, man.
Right?
Yeah.
I
do like candied bacon.
Candied bacon is so yummy.
Yeah, and it has all the stuff that's good for you. Candy and bacon.
It features the classic Whopper, flame-grilled beef patty, tomatoes, lettuce, and sesame seed bun, crispy fried onions, garlic aioli, sweet bacon jam, and brown sugar candied bacon, topping the new sweet meaty sandwich.
You know, the funny thing is, so I end up more at McDonald's, and I haven't been to McDonald's in quite a while, but I love them both. But I tend to think I'm more a fan of the Whopper and Burger King's burger. I would get I got a double Whopper, the Junior. The Junior is.
I like the Whopper Junior.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a Whopper in my life. Yeah.
What?
I know who you are.
I know. I worked at McDonald's. I'm not a fast food burger guy, and that's just my own. I like if I'm going to fast food, I normally get a chicken sandwich for whatever reason.
I lived off of Whoppers in my spring break. We were down in, we stayed at Boyd's Campground in Key West, and I had no money, and all of my money needed to go towards alcohol.
Yeah.
So it was 99-cent Whopper week, and I literally ate Whoppers, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
I mean, they were so again. They're both are great. But I would say that I'm more inclined to like the taste of the grilled thing, and actually and learning about the people who fed America, that series on the History Channel. The Burger King's Whopper preceded the Big Mac, and they were sort of leading the way.
If there was a Burger King, did you just gurgle over there?
No, Kathy.
I get blamed.
No. If there was a Burger King and a McDonald's right next to each other, I would go to Burger King and get my Whopper Jr., and then I would drive over to McDonald's and get my French fries.
All right.
Burger King has never had good fries.
I agree, Steve. Never really have been a big fan. Yeah. So, but I would definitely do the double trip. Yo.
Gun to your head.
All right.
Overall, Burger King or McDonald's?
Burger King. Although I go to McDonald's way more. There's more. Unfortunately, the Burger Kings are fewer and farther between these days.
They are. So
I've had so much McDonald's over the years. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That almost borderline burnout. But I know exactly what I'm getting.
So reliable.
What are you getting at McDonald's when you go in?
I would either get 2 cheeseburgers, a double cheeseburger, or a Big Mac. Those are my go-tos for sure.
So I do a double quarter pounder naked.
Yeah.
And I get my fries. Yeah. And I do love their shakes. However, I don't like the shakes with the egg. I know a lot of people like them with the whipped cream and all that stuff. I like
just a plain vanilla shake gets it done, man. Yeah. Or you might be a chocolate shake.
I'm a chocolate dude,
it's just a double cheeseburger for me, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
and Burger King, you're a double Whopper, kids Whopper, right? Preston?
Just a Whopper Jr.
Whopper Jr.
Straight up Whopper Jr. Yep, exactly.
Straight something.
By the way, the classic Big Fish sandwich will be getting the spicy treatment for limited time, just in time for Lent.
Spicy.
At participating locations, customers can get the fiery Big Fish. That sounds pretty good. Twist on the classic that comes with lettuce, pickles, tartar sauce, and a spicy glaze on a brioche-style bun. And that starts on February 14th.
Those fish sandwiches were created for Lent. They were created to have something to sell during that period. It was brilliant.
They were created for my dad, the only man that ever ordered them.
Really?
No.
My dad
I would
dug
get
'em.
filet fish year-round.
Yeah. Not the whaler?
Not the whaler. There weren't any Burger Kings nearby.
Yeah. The chicken fries. Have you guys had those at Burger King?
Yeah. They're basically they're
just long chicken fingers, but
they're good.
They used to have, and they don't have them anymore. The spicy ones. Spicy ones were way.
I
better.
never had those.
Yeah.
Steve, do you think Gene would find long chicken fingers
an aberration.
sexy? It's an aberration.
It's a desecration.
Oh, I thought he would find them attractive.
No,
Look at
it's
your
not.
long chicken
It's not
fingers.
to a pure chicken man. It's an affront.
Okay. All right, we'll see if someone knows what movie this is from.
Oh my God, he is having a heart attack. Do something. What should I do? Call 411
Mom, I don't think
ambulance,
he's
a lawyer,
breathing.
doctor, anything. Oh my God.
If you're gonna eat steak, get some sharper teeth, all right? Enjoy your meal.
Oh, thank you.
All right, let's go to Rob. Hi, Rob.
Hey, Gadzooks.
Okay, put your thinking cap on. What movie is that from?
Groundhog Day.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yes, you're exactly correct. Hang on, Rob. Here's what we have for you.
Rob, you just won yourself Wonka on digital. You can buy it now and get $3 off the digital movie at wb.com/candy.
I'm going to play, we're not giving any more away, but I'll just play one more Groundhog Day clip because why not finish it out because we had an extra.
Would you like to try some white chocolate?
Yuck. It'll make me sick.
No white chocolate.
There is something so familiar about this.
No white chocolate.
And then also another one that we didn't play.
This one, I think Pierre plays. Oh, wait. This one? No, we did.
No, we did the Jim Beam one.
Okay.
Can I buy you a drink?
Okay.
Sweet vermouth, rocks with a twist, please.
For you, miss?
The same. That's my favorite drink.
Mine too.
Mine too. Oh. All right. Well, that's it, gang. The Connoisseur. Connoisseur's got to go.
Yes.
I don't know what the hell you expect from me, but Connoisseur's got to go. Just 2 quick reminders. The Soup Bowl, yes, we are doing it again. Been many, many years. We're dusting it off, and we're going for it. And we're going to find who the king of soup is in the area. Soup Bowl is next Friday, and if you're a restaurant and soup is your specialty, and you've got one you want to enter, let us know about it at PrestonandSteve.com. We'll make.
I need you to stop talking.
Wow. We will make a decision on who gets to come in and join us for the Soup Bowl, and we'll have a a legion of guests that will join us as the judges that particular morning. And I also want to thank Mini Melts Ice Cream.
Yeah, chocolate.
Sponsoring the Preston and Steve Show Connoisseur segment, and the chocolate flavor is wonderful. We've tried all these unique flavors. This was the straight core flavor chocolate.
Do yourself a favor. In the next couple of days, when you're in your Wawa or your 7-Eleven or wherever, pick up one, and you can eat. It's an on-the-go thing.
Yep.
And then you'll see that we've been telling you the truth. They're effing great.
And don't worry about the spoons right there inside of it. And you get it in the Mini Melts ice cream freezer. And you can find the chocolate flavor in locations such as 7-Eleven stores and Gloucester Premium Outlets in their vending machines. Mini Melts. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. Bizarre File on the way.
Preston and Steve.
Free WMMR.
All right, thanks, Kath. We'll dive into the Bizarre File one more time. Here we go.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you this morning by Special Olympics Pennsylvania, inviting you to join Nick McElwain and Team MMR at the Philadelphia Polar Plunge, February 10th. At Citizens Bank Park, info at phillyplunge.org. And Nick told us he needs volunteers for that.
Come hang out.
Sign up now for that at WMMR.com. All right, so we'll start with a messed up story out of Pennsylvania. A woman who has been arrested for allegedly moving to New Jersey and leaving her child to live on their own for about a month.
What?
Yeah, officers from Lancaster County say that they responded to a welfare check and found the child living alone. Tiffany Chanel Bogroff, 45 years old, is facing charges of endangering the welfare of a child.
Mommy's just going out to move away for a month.
Police said the child had no access to gas, water, or heat, aside from a space heater. The child said that they had access to food as their mother sometimes sent money via Cash App.
Oh, my gosh.
The child told police that his mother moved to New Jersey to live with her boyfriend and then left them behind. The child said Bogroff returns on occasion, but they never knew when. The child also told police that they sometimes attended school, but found it difficult to wake up in the morning since they were alone.
That's horrible.
They had a cat and 2 dogs in the home as well. So I don't know how old the child is or anything like that, but that's crazy. Okay. A South Carolina couple described as Bonnie and Clyde wannabes were arrested after leading police on a chase in a spray-painted car with a dog, a cat, and 4 chickens inside.
I don't remember the Bonnie and Clyde doing that.
Deputies...
It's a mobile farm.
First spotted Joshua Harvey driving a black Honda sedan with expired tags. Harvey was allegedly driving erratically and appeared to have trouble staying in his lane. When deputies attempted to pull him over, he refused to and led officers on pursuit all the way across to the Greenville County line, where deputies decided to call off the chase.
Give the gun to the chicken.
They encountered the car recklessly driving again around 2:45 p.m. after canvassing the area around his house. The vehicle, however, was spray-painted white to trick the authorities.
Aha!
I mean, they just got cans of spray paint and sprayed down the car.
Sure, it looked professional.
The driver, again, refused to pull over when deputies attempted the second traffic stop and led officers on a chase. Officials said the chase ended again for safety reasons due to school traffic at that time of day. Deputies picked up the chase again on Highway 14, where officers observed the driver passing cars unlawfully and recklessly. The spray-painted sedan was eventually disabled on the interstate, and the driver was identified as Rosie Smith, whom the sheriff's office described as Harvey's paramour. When deputies took Harvey and Smith into custody, the officers found 1 dog, 1 cat, and 4 chickens inside the vehicle. The animals were handed over to animal control officers. And by the way, I saw the mugshots. They look like people that would have 4 chickens in the car. With them. Yes, they did.
The paramour.
Federal authorities planted a phony advertisement seeking a yoga instructor to capture the Texas woman later convicted of murdering an elite bicyclist and perceived romantic rival. And it took this ad to bring her in. When detectives suspected that Caitlin Armstrong was the person who murdered 25-year-old Mariah Mo Wilson, their most daunting task was simply finding the suspect who had vanished from Austin, where the slaying had happened. Tips eventually led them to Costa Rica, where Deputy U.S. Marshal Damian Fernandez and Amir Perez still had a needle in a haystack challenge of finding their suspect in the tropical paradise. filled with Americans living relaxed expat lives. They found a businessman with connections with Armstrong who was now going by the name Beth, and according to pictures provided by that contact, she had also changed her appearance. And even when the search narrowed to the small mountain town of Santa Teresa, it was still a tough search. A lot of women in that area just looked like Caitlin. A lot of them, Officer Fernandez said. But with little hope of finding her, authorities threw a Hail Mary pass. He said, we decided we were going to put an ad out or multiple ads for a yoga instructor and see what would happen. I assume this woman was a yoga instructor.
Right, yes, yeah.
It paid off. He said, we got a bite. Somebody that identified herself as a yoga instructor and said they wanted to meet with us at a particular hostel. And we said, this is our chance. Perez met Armstrong and got close enough to see bandages on her face. Later connected to cosmetic surgery that she had to allegedly change her appearance and evade capture. Still, the changes weren't enough to throw Perez off the trail. He said the eyes are the same ones that I saw in the picture, and this is her 100%. Local police moved in for the arrest, and receipts were later found at Armstrong's hostel showing payments made for plastic surgery.
And some good police work there.
A jury on November 16th last year convicted Armstrong of murder. She was sentenced to 90 years in prison the following day. So they tracked her down. Wow.
Well, when she gets out, she's going to be pissed.
All right, one last story. A dying thief who confessed to stealing a pair of ruby slippers that Judy Garland wore in The Wizard of Oz because he wanted to pull off, quote, one last score, was given no prison time at his sentence hearing on Monday. Terry John Martin, 76 years old, stole the slippers adorned with sequins and glass beads in 2005 from the Judy Garland Museum in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. He gave into temptation after an old associate with connection to the mob told him that the shoes had been adorned with real jewels to justify their $1 million insured value. If you've ever seen them, they're just sequins.
That's all they are.
That's all
They're
there is
clearly
to it.
that.
Yeah. Martin showed little emotion as the judge handed down the sentence and was physically unable to fully rise from his chair as the judge adjourned for the hearing. The defense attorney, Dane DeCray, said the resolution of the case should bring a measure of closure to the government, the museum, the slippers owner, and to Martin himself. The government was able to hold one person accountable, while the museum and the collector who owns the slippers got to find out what happened, and Martin was able to close this chapter in the final months of his life instead of taking his secrets to the grave.
We have some good news. The straw man is going to find you a brain.
The FBI had recovered the shoes in 2018 when someone else tried to claim a reward. Martin wasn't charged with stealing them until last year. Investigators used phone records to zero in on Martin and used his wife's immigration status to leverage search to his home and get him to confess.
How much do you want to bet that when the police were closing in on him, he tried clicking them together?
No, dude.
Just said he could go to Kansas.
He pled guilty, but his motivation remained mostly a mystery until he revealed it in court. Martin hoped to remove what he thought were the rubies from the shoes and sell them, but a person who deals in stolen goods, known as a fence, informed him the rubies weren't real. Martin said, so he got rid of the slippers.
The $1 million is because it's one of the legendary screen artifacts of all time.
Exactly. It's its role in cinematic history alone makes it worth that, but not the actual quote unquote rubies on it. And there you go. That's what I have in the bizarre file for you. All right, we will take another break. We'll return and we'll get the lesson question, the trash, the music news as well. So stay with us because we will be with that shortly. Yeah, Everclear. The song's called Santa Monica. 93.3 WMMR. It's everything that rocks. 10:21 Friday morning. Still looks a little damp out, and we're going to be cloudy today. Not really rain early, than this morning. And then after that, once we get past today, we have sunshine the rest of the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, even Tuesday, calling for sunny skies and temperatures hovering in the mid-40s.
Finally going to get to take down some of my exterior Christmas stuff. Because we keep it up later for a family gathering that happens after Christmas, and then the snow came. And now everything is clear. Got to get that stuff away. It'll make me feel so good.
Steve, I read the other day, and I don't know if this is 100% accurate, but that there were only 4 sunny days in all of January. Like days where it was just completely sunny the whole time. I mean, we need it.
Somebody in my neighborhood, by the way, has a full Christmas tree lit up in the windows still.
Same.
Full lit up.
Right across the street from me.
Yeah.
Now,
Take it down.
Well, I've looked. I think it looks pretty. I think it
I
looks
know.
nice because they've taken all the ornaments off of it, so it's just the tree with the lights. But I enjoy it, and now I'm waiting to see how long they go before they do actually take it down.
So to that point, they're like lighting things or lighted faux trees or stuff in the house. I think is always a warm feeling. So I'm thinking of looking for different ways to light things in the house that are not necessarily Christmas related.
Sure. You know, a lot of if you look at a lot of YouTubers and gamers and stuff like that, sometimes they'll accent light things in the background.
Yeah.
You can do that with plants and stuff around the
I love that.
house. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that look. All right. By the way, thank you. The soup bowl isn't for a week, but Ember's Smokehouse and Tap in Chalfont drops off some of their tomato bisque.
I grabbed some
for us this morning. I haven't had mine yet, but that's definitely my lunch when we're done. And if you'd like to enter for the soup bowl, you can do that through PrestonandSteve.com. So we'll have that coming along next week. All right, we're going to pose the lesson question for you. And the question today the winner will get a 4-pack of tickets for the Philadelphia Golf and Travel Expo travel show, which starts today through Sunday at the Philly Expo Center at Oaks. The question, we got to go with this. Who is Peyton Domschke named after? 215-263-WMMR. She's new over at 6ABC. Her name is Peyton Domschke. Who is she named after? According to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
215-263-WMMR.
The trash business is a gold mine.
93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Well, let's see what Steve's got today. What's up, man?
Well, Terry Hatcher revealing she was once kicked off the popular dating site Hinge. Hatcher believes she was done in by her, quote, rabid desire for anal.
Wow.
All right.
That's pretty weird. Darius Rucker getting busted on a minor drug offense in Tennessee. Rucker is out on tour with his new band Hootie and the Blow.
Oh, my God.
ABC confirming that Avery Pohl, who plays Esme on General Hospital, has exited the show. Following a major cliffhanger, it was revealed that the character of Esme had been eaten by a chinchilla. That's your Hollywood Trash.
All righty, we'll see if somebody knows the answer to this question. Who was Peyton Domschke named after? 215-263-WMMR. Our first caller in was Mark, so we'll go to him. Hey, Mark, good morning.
Oh, Gadzooks.
Oh, Gadzooks to you. All right, Mark, who was Peyton named after?
Oh, the Goggins, that Walter Goggins mister.
Close, Walton. Walton. But we'll take Walter. Mark, hang on the line. We are going to give you a 4-pack of tickets for the Philadelphia Golf and Travel Show. It's this weekend through Sunday at Philly Expo Center, and you get unbelievable deals on golf equipment and accessories, and you can visit PhiladelphiaGolfShow.com. All right, time for music news.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Brought to you by Family and Company Jewelers. And if you are ring shopping this Valentine's Day, you can visit Family and Company Jewelers on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, online at familyjewelers.com. South Jersey's diamond destination. I'm going to leave with this. We played this earlier this morning. Billy Joel has new music out, gearing up to perform this weekend at the Grammy Awards as well. And presumably, he'll play the new song.
Yes.
It's called Turn the Lights Back On. We all loved it. It's a beautiful song, and it is classic. As you can hear, classic Billy Joel.
We've been here before.
Dude sounds fantastic. So it's his first new song in 17 years. The track, a mid-tempo piece dominated by Joel's voice and piano, was released yesterday. And his first new composition to be released since Christmas in Fallujah with fellow Long Island singer Cass Dillon back in 2017. He said that despite his productivity, especially during the 70s and 80s, songwriting is difficult for him. He said, I've never enjoyed writing. I always enjoyed having written. When I would get to the end of a song I was writing, I was wrung out because I wanted it to be a certain quality. I have high standards, and if I don't meet those standards, I'm really angry with myself, and I'm really hard on myself, and I beat myself up. So maybe that's part of the reason why he hasn't done that much as of lately. He famously stopped releasing new pop music after his 1993 album River of Dreams.
So that Storm Warning album, right? That was the name. Stormfront.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I think that was one of when I got my first CD player. I think that's the CD that I got. I played the hell out of it. That's just a great album.
That's got the We Didn't Start the Fire track on it. Yeah, it's a great album. Disturbed is gunning for its first ever Grammy Awards this weekend. Bad Man, single from the group's
Bad Man
2021 album Divisive, is nominated for Best Metal Performance. And, of course, the Grammys are this Sunday. It has been nominated twice. They've been nominated twice before, in 2009 and 2017. They didn't win either time. Greta Van Fleet is hoping to capture their second Grammy Award for Best Rock Album. Their third full-length Starcatcher is up in that category. Greta Van Fleet previously won in that category in 2019 for its debut album, From the Fires. Metallica has multiple nominations. They're up for 3. Best Rock Album for last year's 72 Seasons, Best Metal Performance for the title track, and Best Rock Performance for the single Lux Eterna. They have won 9 Grammys from 23 previous nominations. And Queens of the Stone Age is hoping to score their first Grammy Award. They have been nominated 3 times before without taking home a trophy. And are up for Best Rock Album for In New Times Roman, and Best Rock Song for the band written Emotion Sickness. So we'll see. It's on Sunday, so we'll see how they fare when we get back on Monday. Steve, as you mentioned in the trash, Darius Rucker was arrested. Hootie and the Blowfish, frontman and also solo country performer, arrested on a minor drug offense in Williamson County, Tennessee on Thursday. The musician was arrested on 2 counts of simple possession, casual exchange of a controlled substance, and 1 count of a violation of Tennessee's vehicle registration law.
We got to be talking some just pot, right?
I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
I don't know what the legality is in Tennessee. I don't think it's legal, and that's got to be it, because it's just a misdemeanor, and it's what they call simple possession. Authorities did not identify the controlled substance. Rucker was taken into custody, booked on 3 charges. He was released on $10,500 bond.
Wow.
No longer in custody. It's not known what led to the arrest. In December, he was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, by the way. And then finally, I'm going to mention this. Neil Peart's 2010 Aston Martin DBS was recently put up for sale. It has remained registered in California since new, now showing 34,000 miles. The car is finished in storm black over obsidian black leather upholstery and powered by a 5.9-liter V12 engine.
So how much is it going for? Maybe I'll get it.
Well, so I was talking to a friend of mine who likes luxury cars and car auctions and things like that. Yeah. He sent me this listing, and I said, it's an auction, and it's only going for 40 grand right now.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, but... the last 5 minutes.
It'll go way up.
Watch it shoot up.
There's no effing way that car's going for 40 grand.
Yeah, the Carfax report notes no accidents or other damage and lists the history in California. There is currently a lien on the car, and the owner's lender will need to be paid off before the title can be transferred to the next owner.
Will he bid on it, your buddy?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No. He doesn't buy them. This is a different buddy.
Oh, okay.
I know who you're thinking.
Okay.
Of. Yeah.
Well, then get that guy to bid on it.
I should. I'm going out with him tonight, so I'll see if he wants to buy it.
Call that guy.
Yeah.
And then the final bit of music news is Kyle's got a gig this weekend.
Hey, hot off the presses.
Kyle Mack, singer of the FM Band, is playing tomorrow night at the Eden Lounge in Harrah's, Atlantic City. It shows at 9 p.m. You want to have a good time? Go see these guys.
They're super versatile. Yep. Kyle's great.
Great singers all around. Kyle is one of many great singers in that band. So FM Band tomorrow night, Eden Lounge at Harrah's AC. 9 o'clock is when the show is. All right, that's it. Music news. That means one more break to take, and then we wrap the thing up. We'll come back in a moment to get the letter of the day for the Word of the Week prize. Stay with us. He actually came to the Camp Out for Hunger.
Good dude.
Which was really cool. Very nice guy. Gave us this autographed guitar and everything. Made this nice video for Bill Weston at his retirement party.
So cool.
Along with a bunch of other rock stars, which was cool. The name of that song is called Artificial.
Artificial?
These are artificial. And, nice.
My daughters?
No, thank you, daughter.
Are not artificial?
10:39 on this Friday No Sad Bro. morning, and we're coming to a close here. It's been fun.
It has been.
We got to eat some new Mini Melts chocolate ice cream.
It's sort of deranged how much we're into this stuff, the Mini Melts.
We did only Groundhog Day movie clips.
Yes.
For the Connoisseur. We heard new Billy Joel music today.
Pretty miraculous.
Which I think we all really liked a lot. And just had some good conversations with you. It was a good time today. Pierre Robert is here.
I did not hear the Billy Joel, but I'm going to play it during my program. And I just heard that little clip you played in Music News. But it's really cool that he's got something out that, and it's good. When these artists, Steve came in when I was playing the Stones the other day.
Yeah.
I've got the live version of the club set, and I'll play it again today. But he came in and said, something to the effect of, isn't it amazing that these artists can still make great music?
Yeah,
at this point.
I brought it up on the air this morning that I walked in and I said to you, I said, the Stones have just released two of my favorite Stone songs ever. How miraculous is that? Yeah. So you're not down for the count, you know?
Right. I thought Billy was done. I thought for sure he was just finished. He can sell out night after night after night after night, no matter where he plays, and he's still going to make money and all that. And he had said years ago that he didn't feel relevant with his new music, putting out new music. He didn't expect anything from it. So I didn't think he'd ever do it again. So this is really cool. This is a nice thing to happen.
Yeah, it's great. Very cool.
You know what I totally failed to mention in music news? I printed the story up. I don't know what happened to it, where it is, but Springsteen's mom died.
Yes. Oh, yes, Adele.
Is 98 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is on WMMR.com, that story. But yeah, that is a sad thing. I believe she had suffered from Alzheimer's in her last few years. But he wrote a touching tribute to her with lyrics from one of his songs.
Clearly loved her, and as you would imagine, but she held the family together, had wonderful things to say about her. Missed opportunity. She should have released an album called Gave Birth in the USA.
I like that.
In the USA. Yeah, that works.
He brought her on stage one time and danced with her, which was very cool. I think it might have even been in Philly. Very neat.
Nice. All right, shall we get the letter?
Yes.
Here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right, and the Preston and Steve show is brought to you today by the letter
K is in kangaroo.
All right, that means we have a word. We need you to identify it. Caller number 3 at 215-263 WMMR. Give us a call right now because we got a prize over here for you if you can get that correct. Friday edition of the Pierre Robert Experience.
Is that a picture from Philly?
Yeah, there's a photographer that I really like, and his name is Danny Clinch, and he posted that photo that you were just referring to.
Of Bruce with his mother on stage.
Dancing with his mom, and it was in Philly.
Yep.
On the program today, we will have blocks of Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. Graham Nash's birthday is today. And the big show that both Brent and Jackie have been giving away tickets for is the Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper show. That just went on sale this morning. We'll do blocks of that and also play that live Stone some more. Try to get that Billy Joel in and Vinyl Cut and much more.
All right, we got
and Jackie Bam Bam tonight doing the Black Lives Matter. He kicked it off last night. It was astoundingly good at 8 o'clock, and he will do that again tonight.
Hi, Nancy. You're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you know what the word of the week is?
Prank.
Great day in the morning.
You got it right, Nancy. And guess what we got for you, Nancy? A $500 Joseph Anthony gift card.
That's great. Awesome.
You shall enjoy this. Congratulations. Hang on the line. We'll get your information. And don't forget, it's the ultimate destination for all things beauty and wellness. It's closer than you might think. You can treat yourself to a day of relaxation at Joseph Anthony in Glen Mills, Springfield, and Center City, Philadelphia. Thank you to the fine sponsors of this radio show. The Preston and Steve program brought to you by Duncan. The Preston and Steve show runs on Duncan. Also brought to you by Trinity Rehab, locations all over trinity-rehab.com. Next week, a lot going on. Super Bowl III is taking place on Friday.
Love that.
Our good friend Adam Ferrara is going to be by on that same day, so I think he'll be sampling some soup. We also have latest flyer Jamie Drysdale joining us.
Cool.
Comedian Kelsey Cook, Stephen Kramer Glickman from Big Time Rush, if those Disney fans are out there. And we'll have the cast from Mrs. Doubtfire, the live stage show in our studio, which is going to be cool. So we got a bunch next week. That's it. We are done. So you just rage on and have a great weekend. And we'll see you later, gang. Bye-bye.